It's time now for Cody High School basketball on 103.3 The Range. Coming up, it's the build-up to tip-off pregame show, presented by Cody Ace Hardware. You'll hear about today's matchups, updates about Cody High School athletics and around the state, and pregame interviews with both head coaches. Tip-off is moments away for Cody High School basketball. Now, sending you out to the court for today's games, here's the voice of the Bronx and Phillies, it's Wyatt Barichka.
And a good Friday afternoon to you. Oh, it's the evening now here from the Dome in Mountain View between the Cody Phillies and the host team of this one, the Mountain View Lady Buffaloes. Cody was able to make it down to Mountain View today, so they'll get their two games that they are scheduled for today against Mountain View and tomorrow against Lyman. Wyatt Barichka with you. McKenna back in the studio, making sure this game is staying live on the air. Let's give a big thanks to some of our sponsors. That does include State Farm agent Jen Tallich. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Also, a big thanks to our Build Up the Tip-Off pregame show. It's presented by Cody Ace Hardware, your local home, lawn, and gardening care store. Make sure you visit them at the Beck Lake Plaza, located in Cody. Also, big thanks to Canyon Therapy for all your physical and occupational needs. Canyon Therapy is the place to be. This is your Build Up the Tip-Off pregame show presented by Cody Ace Hardware. The Cody Phillies looking to keep their conference streak alive. They sit right now at a 4-0 record, and they'll be battling their second Southwest Quad opponent in Mountain View. Again, the Southwest Quad games now going to count in the standings in the regional tournament, and we'll explain that here in just a moment. Actually, let's just pull up those standings right now, and we'll tell you about how these two teams are coming in. Like we mentioned, the Southwest Quad games are going to count, and you're looking at that on your video stream if you're tuned in live. Cody ranked number 3, Pinedale and Mountain View also ranked in the top 5, courtesy of the Wild Prep coaches and media basketball poll. We'll also talk about, as well, coming up, we'll have a head coach interview with head coach Chris Wagner. We'll also take a look at what's happening across the Cody Wyoming Athletics. I know wrestling has postponed their dual senior night tonight till Tuesday. We'll tell you more about that as well. As of right now, there's no other changes or postponements, cancellations for Cody Athletics. So as of right now, everything is good to go except for wrestling, which will happen next Tuesday. You're watching the JV boys game as well on the video stream, and we appreciate you tuning in however you may be tuning in into this broadcast. It'll be the first time since 2017 as well that these two teams have met up. It's Cody, it's Mountain View. We'll preview this game more, continuing our Build Up the Tip-Off pregame show presented by Cody Ace Hardware after this 60-second timeout right here on 103.3 FM and online at myheartmountainradio.com. We are back in just 60 seconds.
Coach Wagner and the Phillies and Coach McCartan and the Bronx have been really fun to watch this year.
Yes, the Bronx and Phillies, they really have it all together.
They sure do. Speaking of having it all together, insuring your home, cars, and life insurance together with My State Farm Agency is the best way to bundle and save. We can customize your coverage and make insurance seem easy. Good luck, Bronx and Phillies. Check with Jen Tallich's State Farm Agency to get your insurance all together. Thanks for the opportunity to earn your business. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
With over 40 years of combined experience, Park County Glass can handle all of your auto and residential glass needs. Serving the Bighorn Basin since 1982 with quality you can depend on and service from the heart. Stop in or call your auto glass specialist at 307-587-9303. That's Park County Glass at 307-587-9303.
We continue our build-up to tip-off pregame show presented by Cody Ace Hardware. Now back to Wyatt Barishka.
We're continuing your build-up to tip-off pregame show presented by Cody Ace Hardware, your local home, lawn, and gardening care store. Make sure you visit them at the Beck Lake Plaza. Again, if you're watching the video stream, the JV boys currently playing, leading 56-34 with 2:02 left. And hopefully the way we time this, we will get to tip-off right around 5:30. Might just be just a little bit behind as well, but we will see. Again, these two teams going at it for the first time since 2017. We'll take a look more of the history here in just a moment. Let's take a look at how these two teams are coming into today's contest. We'll start with the opposing team for Cody, the Mountain View Lady Buffaloes. They're coming into this one on an 11-4 record. They would defeat Lyman in their last outing, 50-37, and they are currently riding a 2-game winning streak heading into this contest under head coach Jessica Moretti. For the Cody Phillies, they had a dominant showing against the Lady Warriors from Worland. They've had their second home game for Cody. Cody has done a pretty good job against opponents, have only just allowed 43 points at home this season. Their last two contests have featured wins over Lander Valley, 58-25. Worland was 71-18. Like I said, that's probably some of the best basketball as far as unselfish play that they have played here in the season. Cody, though, is riding a 6-game winning streak into this contest. That does go all the way back to when they were in Denver, defeating Chatfield 63-48. That's how these two teams are entering this contest. We'll step aside for another 60-second timeout. When we come back, we'll talk about the history between these two teams, because right now it's a one-sided affair of who is kind of had the edge in this series as far as we can go back. This is Cody Phillies basketball live on 103.3 The Range, a Hard Mountain broadcasting station. We are back in just 60 seconds.
Hey guys, this is Zach Haskell with Haskell Furniture and Flooring. We are a proud supporter of the Cody Bronx and Phillies this season. If you want selection, we have the best selection for you with the best prices. From mattresses to flooring or recliners to fireplaces, we have everything you need in stock. No need to drive out of town when we have everything here locally for your next selection. Stop in at Haskell's Furniture and Flooring in Cody, Lovell, Worland, and Riverton, where we have the best prices and better service.
When life slows you down, Canyon Therapy in Cody helps you get back on your feet. Whether you're recovering from an injury, managing pain, or working to regain strength and mobility, Canyon Therapy offers expert physical and occupational therapy service tailored to you. Our experienced team works with you one-on-one to create a personalized treatment plan, helping you to move better and live more comfortably. We treat people, not just conditions, in a caring and supportive environment. Canyon Therapy is a proud supporter of the Cody Bronx and Cody Phillies. Get back to the life you love with Canyon Therapy. Visit CanyonTherapy.com or call today to schedule your next appointment.
This is Cody Phillies basketball on 103.3 The Range.
Taking a look back at how these two teams have gone against each other. As far as we can go back, we have to go to 2007. According to Max Preps, Mountain View has had the edge over Cody. 14 wins, just 6 losses since 2007. Mountain View, though, riding a 6-game winning streak against the Phillies. The last time these two teams play, you have to go all the way to February 10th, 2018, where the Lady Buffaloes would win 48-37. Under head coach Chris Wagner for the Phillies, this will be the first time these two teams are going at it, as Cody, again, back in the 3A rankings as well. That's your look on this day, or take a look back on the history, between these two teams. We'll take another 30-second timeout. When we come back, we are going to have that Cody rundown as well. So actually, let's just send it to that Cody rundown right now so we make sure we get everything in this contest. So with that, let's go to the Cody rundown right now.
We start this edition of the Cody Rundown in Alpine Skiing, where the Cody Bronx and Phillies competed in their one and only home meet of the season up in Red Lodge. The Cody Phillies were able to finish second in the team standings behind Jackson. Bliss Bonner, a senior for the Phillies, talks about the team's competitiveness this season.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome because it's been a few years since we've placed consistently that high, so it was great to see girls varsity placing second, and then JV girls, I think we had first, second, fourth. We had a lot of high placers in the top 5 both days for JV too, so that was really awesome, and the boys are definitely getting there. So yeah, it's been really exciting to see through the season.
Head coach Taylor Henson reflected on the home meet. Cody only had one type of race and talks about the opportunities to get better from one day to the next in last weekend's meet.
Yeah, it was beneficial. I would say that everybody got that same opportunity. So us and visiting teams. So it kind of just depended on who was able to capitalize on that opportunity. And for our girls, definitely they did. We needed to put down a solid run for each girl for both days, and those girls did that and ended up in second place. We had a couple of good standout boy performances as well. So I would say we definitely took advantage of the fact that we were racing slalom on our home mountain.
Alpine has the weekend off before resuming action next weekend when they are in Casper. Cody swimming postseason begins today when they host the Absaroka Conference meet in Cody. Head coach Emily Sweat talks about the postseason for the Bronx swimming and diving team.
I would say for the most part, there's definitely some good competitors across all of those teams. I'd say team-wise, we're really looking at Buffalo as our primary competitor, but I think we're feeling pretty good about, definitely looking at that second place spot and then just seeing what we can do to see if we can give Buffalo a run for their money. It's just kind of that strategy game of how we spread people out and, how many points can we score?
Townsend Bailey, a senior for the Cody Bronx swim team, talks about this particular group of swimmers this year.
It's amazing. You see the work that they all put in each day because you put in with them, so you respect them for that. Even if they haven't been there as long as you understand that they're putting just as much work. So whether or not their times get faster, they're putting in the work, and that they'll get there just like you did.
The conference meets will happen in Cody with preliminary races on Friday and finals on Saturday. Nordic skiing finally had some good snow to ski on for practice this week after Cody and the Powell area saw a lot of snow on Sunday and Monday. Head coach Megan Becker talks about the advantage they have being able to practice on the snow.
It feels great. We're able to take advantage of it and ski in town. Park County Nordic Ski Association groomer Andy Quick came out here yesterday and packed down a little path here in Mentok Park. Got permission from the city of Cody to do it, so take advantage.
Senior Grant George has taken on a leadership role this season, with it being his senior season for Cody Nordic Skiing. He talks about the experience he's had taking on the role.
Yeah, this team's super special. We're all really connected together this year. We have a lot of fun together, and it makes races more fun. It makes everyone more successful and happy. There's definitely a good atmosphere around our team this year. It's been so fun. I love having some leadership and being able to take some of the younger boys under my wing and teach them what little I know. And they've taught me a lot too, so.
Nordic Skiing heads to Casper this weekend and will be back home next weekend for their one and only home races. Indoor track and field continues to see a lot of success, including more records broken, like the 400-meter race for the boys by Kyler Stinson. Head coach Brett Engel wants to make sure athletes are successful in the events they compete in. He talks about what that's like to set those athletes up for the best possible success.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I always tell kids, and I know my coaches do, we're going to give you an honest assessment and try to put you in a good spot. And doesn't mean we don't want you around or don't want to coach you, but we want to find something you'll be successful with. And the kids have kind of bought in, and it's been just a good crew that wants to be successful and wants to get better.
Cody Indoor Track is in Gillette today for a one-day meet. Check out the full interviews on our Facebook page, The Range 103.3. When we return from the break, we'll talk with head coach Chris Wagner. This is Cody High School basketball on 103.3 The Range, a Heart Mountain broadcasting station.
Woodward Tractor is your one-stop dealer for all your Takahouchi equipment and service needs. Takahouchi is known the world over for its purpose-built design philosophy, innovative technology, and dependable service after the sale. And now at Woodward Tractor, get 0% financing on all Takahouchi machines, excavators, track loaders, and wheel loaders. Special financing options are also available on Takahouchi brand attachments. See Woodward Tractor on Blackburn in Cody.
It's time now for our pregame interview. Sending it back to the court with Wyatt Barichka with head coach Chris Wagner.
It's head coach Chris Wagner of the Cody Phillies. Coach, first off, let's just kind of go back a little bit to Whirlwind. And it still sticks with me. And I asked Ellie this yesterday. I thought that was some of the most unselfish basketball I've ever watched. I mean, wide open shots, we're giving up and everything. Just kind of reflect on Whirlwind a little bit with that impressive win.
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it. I can't remember the assist numbers, but definitely had to have been really high that game. I feel like in general we've always done a pretty good job sharing it. Just it's nice to get rewarded for the good pass with people knocking down shots and as many outside 13 threes, and then it was a good balance and everything. And then even late they kind of got back in, found some drives. Got some of those dump offs into Sophia and the players inside. So yeah, it was good on set, which I felt like we've always done that. Grace definitely got hot, but I didn't feel like we were over, forcing it. The girls were, keyed in, just like we have to get it right back to her. So that was good. They just when it's coming just naturally out of the flow of what they're doing offensively, it's awesome.
How do you keep a team focused? I mean, the last two games have been, pretty marginal wins for you guys. And just how do you make sure your team is kind of staying focused and just kind of making sure that the goal is still there towards the end of the year?
I don't know. I feel like there's just been years of culmination with that. They saw the girls before that, had big wins, and then they kind of see them they're not out there celebrating. They're just the girls that we've had in the past, always had kind of a business attitude about a business approach to it. And then when they came in these juniors and Sophia as freshmen, they see that they come into the practices and they see that they're still working hard. So to me, it's all the girls beforehand that have kind of established that culture, and they're just kind of feeding off that, because I don't do a whole lot extra special to hey, we got to focus here. I haven't been afraid that after some of those big wins that they're just going to start coasting and cruising. Practices are still pretty competitive, so that's always a good sign.
Yeah, Coach, and let's go into these upcoming games. We'll focus on Mountain View in particular, but taking on the Bridger Valley teams. Mountain View, pretty impressive team this season. They're pretty competitive. I know sometimes when you look at conference, it's hard to tell, but sure. Still playing some common opponents like Lander and those teams. Well, what do you know about Mountain View? Because there's one particular player I'm thinking about, and I know part of practice today you guys were kind of thinking about that. So just what do you know a little bit about Mountain View and kind of how you're approaching this one?
Yeah, they look like a pretty strong team. I knew early on in the season, I'd been aware that they had, some strong posts. Knew they were they've kind of been in and out of the rankings a little bit. But, getting to watch, and then it definitely, with them playing Pinedale the other week, that went to a double overtime game. So right away it tells you it's a team that's ready to compete and play at a high level. They got Cavolo, I think, McKinley, number 23, just whatever our girls resonate with. She's definitely the player we got to pay attention to. She's big, got great footwork inside, it seems like. And, a lot of their offense is structured around getting her touches inside. And then if she doesn't, she's a force on the rebounding end. So if she's getting in good position, she's gonna be able to just reach over us sometimes and just tap some of those back. So, working a little bit of everything, making sure we're rotating to her from the backside, making sure when shots go up that she's boxed out, and then and then kind of work out to the other players after that. But, and then outside of her, they got another one. I think Maddie Hickey seems like a really good player. She's putting up a lot of points. Those two definitely are the volume or the bulk of their scoring. So that's kind of been the game plan, is to keep those two maintained, or contained, I guess is the word I'm going for there. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. You kind of are going into my X Factor question, but before we get into that, this is a long road trip for you guys, 6 hours to couple of small towns that are 5 minutes apart. It's crazy to think about that. But what's this kind of opportunity present? You know, I mean, not that you guys have already made long road trips this season like Denver and had a chance to kind of, you know, be a team on the same bus. But what are those kind of opportunities like for your team in particular, and how important are those?
I'm big. Yeah, I you know, everyone kind of dreads the long road trips. I like them. I like kind of the camaraderie, lots of bus time. It's a little of imposed adversity. Like your legs just, you know, typically aren't going to be there. You know, we try to coach the girls, like, it doesn't matter how bad you slept the night before, or maybe you're a little sick, like you can still go out and perform really well. So we try to, you know, get the long bus ride out of our heads to where that's going to impact us. For me, it's kind of fun. I mean, I grew up in Kemmer, and we would play the Mountain View Lyman's all the time. So it'll be fun for me to see some of those gyms again and be in that area. But, you know, bouncing back and forth, they're, you know, 5 miles apart, like you said, is kind of cool. But, yeah, I think, just like I said, I think it's a good experience to get these long road trips. In the past, it's been Jackson, Star Valley. And then on the other year, it would be Evanston, Green River. So we've played similar type weekends before, it'll be just 2 different teams.
Coach, you kind of were talking a little bit about kind of maybe some X factors and some things that are going to help you guys win this game, but kind of go a little bit more in depth. If there's one thing that's going to help you guys get the win tonight, what is it going to be?
I'd say Cavola keeping her rebounds down. You know, I think going back to that Pinedale game, I think she had 22 rebounds, and, you know, if she's getting that, that's, you know, you'd think Pinedale should be able to handle them a little bit better, but when she's getting 22 boards and 30 points, like, that's definitely a factor to keep them in the game. And, you know, the reason why it goes double overtime. So our goal is to go in and avoid that.
Yeah, and, you know, it kind of brings out one more question, Coach.
Mm-hmm,
you know,
sure.
You were mentioning the double overtime, and I think there's a lot of parity this year with 3. I mean, Pinedale's beating Douglas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody's beatable in some kind of way. What does that just kind of show about this particular conference this year?
Yeah, it's I don't know. I think it's fun. I like the challenge of it. Coach Olenek and I, it's fun getting into scouting a little bit deeper, you know, because it's going to be a team that, yeah, we face them now, but definitely probably going to be aware of them for sure in the regional tournament, whether it's a semifinal or maybe a championship. They probably wouldn't be a first-round matchup type team. It looks like I think their record will kind of play out a little bit, but yeah, from that aspect, it's kind of fun, just getting into the scouting a little bit more. And we naturally, I've talked about that before, you know, early in the season, just kind of concentrating on us and what we need to improve on. We'll continue to do that, but now there's, like every team's going to have a little bit different things that we have to prepare for.
Perfect, Coach. Thank you for your time. We'll talk to you after this one.
All right, thanks.
Allstate agent Cale Mitchell is a proud supporter of Cody High School sports. At Allstate, you can bundle your home and auto for the lowest premium rates. Cale Mitchell is your local agent and provides great professional customer service to ensure that you got the best affordable coverage needs. Call Allstate agent Cale Mitchell at 307-527-6447. That's 307-527-6447. Allstate, you're in good hands.
You're tuned into Cody High School basketball, live on 103.3 The Range.
Take a look of the matchup on paper for this contest. It's the Cody Phillies battling the Lady Buffaloes from Mountain View inside the Dome here at Mountain View High School. Taking a look at the matchup on paper, we'll start with the home team in this contest, the Mountain View Lady Buffaloes, head coach by Jessica Moretti in her 8th season here at Mountain View. She's actually been here for many years, but as an assistant. The Lady Buffaloes are coming into this one, scoring about 50 points per contest in the state, though. That ranks roughly in the middle at 6th in the state. They surrender 40 points per contest. They shoot roughly about 39% from the field on the season, and from the free throw line, they're 58% on the year. Rebounds, they do out-rebound opponents 40-24. That's one of the best in the state. For the Cody Phillies, under head coach Chris Wagner in his 6th season, as the Phillies score roughly 58 points per contest, surrendering 35. 58 points is number 3 in the state in Class 3A. Rebounds, they do out-rebound opponents 31 to 20, shooting from the field. They're about 41% on the year. For Mountain View, a player to look forward, you're going to hear quite a bit tonight, is McKinley Covelo. She's averaging a double-double, 18 points and 12 rebounds. She's going to get some extra opportunities from the line in those and one opportunities. She has been pretty big for Mountain View the last 3 seasons. For the Cody Phillies, it's led scoring by Grace Hayes. She almost averages a triple-double with steals. 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 steals on the season. Those are the 2 players that stand out in this one. We are going to have a national anthem, so we'll be radio silent for that. We'll wait for the PA announcement here as well. So once that comes out, we'll go radio silent, but we will have the national anthem going on as well. Again, it is the Lady Buffaloes of Mountain View and the Cody Phillies from Cody. So with that, we'll go radio silent for the national anthem. National anthem there as we are getting set for the Cody Phillies and the Lady Buffaloes from Mountain View. Wyatt Barichka with you, McKenna back in the studio to keep this game on the airwaves. We appreciate everybody who makes this broadcast possible. Let's start with the starting lineups. We'll start with the home team in this one, then announce the Phillies in just a moment. For the Mountain Lady Buffaloes, head coach Jessica Moretti, like we mentioned, in her 8th season. It'll start like this. Number 10, Addison Hickey. She'll be followed by number 11, Abby Wells. It's number 12, Cody Allred. Number 14, Charlie Porter. And number 25, number 23, it is McKinley Covelo. 4 seniors starting in this one, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I believe 5 are starting for the Lady Buffaloes. For the Cody Phillies, under head coach Chris Wagner, is going to look like this. It's been the same starting 5 as of recently. Number 0, Ellie Towers, the junior, followed by junior number 5, Maddie Boudry. It's the lone senior, Sophia Radakovich, the sophomore, number 21, Grace Hayes, and number 24, the junior, Sydney Simone. Mountain View going to be in their home whites, purple numbers, purple letters, Mountain View on their jerseys, and they're trimmed in black. For the Cody Phillies, road blues, gold numbers, gold lettering, Cody on their jerseys, and they'll be going from left to right, Mountain View from right to left. Your scoreboard tonight, it is brought to you by Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. It will be McKinley Covelo and Radakovich in the center circle. Again, Cody going from left to right. Mountain View will go from right to left. We are waiting for just the final moments here for the officiating. So there are in this region is the officiating crew for tonight. It is Radakovich, and we are underway as the tip is tapped back to Grace Hayes. Cody gets the first crack offensively. They've been scoring first as of recently, with Talich feeding it inside of Radakovich. Kicked out Boudry. Shoulder drive in right side. Pull up for a mid-range jumper. And Cody will start with an empty possession. Porter brings it up for the Lady Buffaloes. Again, they're going right to left. There's the feed inside of Covelo, and that's something you're going to see quite a bit tonight as Covelo gets the first score in the contest, and Mountain View will take a 2-0 advantage on your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Hayes, feed to Simone, thought about a three, now will drive into the lane. Floater from 10 is off the mark, and Phillies go back-to-back with missed shots. Cody coming up with a steal, first turnover of the night. It's Boudry. Right side, outside, now she'll go in, give off the Talich, driving the baseline, right side, lays it up and in. And Ellie Talich gets Cody tied up here, 2-2 on your Pinnacle Bay scoreboard, 1 minute into the contest as Cody is bringing that full court pressure. Addison Hickey, that's another name you're going to hear tonight scoring-wise. Usually she'll be the next scorer to go if they can't get Covelo going. Up top, it's Porter. Leave it off now to Wells. Wells, long pass over to Aldred. So work around the perimeter. Long, deep three off the glass. It's rebounded by Radakovich. And gives it off to Simone quickly over the midcourt stripe. Hayes, right side, outside. Will go inside now to Radakovich. Spins in the paint. Shot deflected by Covelo, who's the leader in blocks in the state. And will get a whistle out of bounds. It will stay with the Phillies. Talich will trigger it in from the baseline. Again, it's the Dome here in Mountain View. Feels like a mini double A if you think about it. Talich, left elbow, now go to the right, off to Hayes, fire three, up and short off the front iron. Radakovich cleans it up. Back to Hayes. Hayes, kick out. Simone, three for the lead, no good. 5 for the rebound. Talich with a second chance for Cody. Hayes will pull for a mid-range jumper. That one won't go either. And that was 3 chances for Cody as Hayes comes up with a steal. How about a 4th chance? Can't get that one to go. 4 chances and no points to account for. Mountain View turns it over for the 3rd time tonight. So they're trying to go all the way down the court quickly. Hayes will drive in, left side, hits back iron, gets her own rebound. She'll put it up. That one won't go either. And that is now 6 attempts from the field in no points. And we are still tied at 2 with 5:30 left to go. Hayes almost gets the steal. Picked up there by Porter. Long pass over, wide open. It is Abby Wells. And Mountain View back up by 2. 4-2 now. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. 5:12 left to play. Radakovich with it at the top. Directing traffic. Now we'll swing it over to Talich. Left side, outside. Takes the screen. Now we'll get it inside of Radakovich. Radakovich is laying off the glass. Can't get that to go in either. Make it 7 in a row. Cody bringing the full court pressure. Talich will pick up the blocking foul. That'll be her first personal. Team's first as well. With 4:52 left to play. Be Addison Hickey to trigger it in from the sideline. Get Mountain View up by 2 right now. Not a lot of attempts for Mountain View. Currently 2 for 2 from the field. Cody is 1 of 11 so far. Here's a drive in now from Allred. Looked inside for Hickey. Doesn't get the basketball, but Hayes will come up with it. Long pass to Talich. Covelo's in the way. Talich will put up a shot, and she'll make a trip to the charity stripe and shoot 2. Covelo will pick up her first. It'll be the team's first as well. Yeah, we will make sure it is Covelo with the foul. That is the case. And Talich will go to the line and shoot a pair. Talich is one of the better free throw shooters for Cody at 64% on the season, and she can't get the first to go. As soon as I say that, misses her first with 4:33 left to play. Still 4-2 Mountain View advantage. Talich fires, gets the go, cuts the lead in half. 4-3 now, Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. First quarter action here from Mountain View High School, and we'll get a Foul on Cody. Sydney Simone, they're going to say for a push. And so Mountain View will just get it from the sideline. Hickey to trigger it in. We'll get it in there to Allred. Long pass to Covelo. Wide open on the cut. Can't get the shot to go, but she cleans up the board and will put it in. That was the first missed shot by Mountain View. Covelo, again, one of the top rebounders in Class 3A, cleaned it up and put it in. Here's a handoff to Talish. Bounce pass. A nice pass to Radakovich. Gets the shot to go. Great pass on the inside from Ellie Talish to Radakovich. And it's now 6-5 Mountain View advantage. Back to the front court now for Mountain View. Porter makes her way to the left side. Gives it off now to Allred inside to Porter again. Porter kick out. Long pass, long shot for Hickey. Can't get the shot to go. It's a rebound for Maddie Boudry. 2-on-3. Looks to give it off to Hayes, and that will be the Cody Phillies' first turnover on the night. And a long pass intended for Hickey will be last touch by Mountain View, and we'll see our first substitution, and Morager will check in. Morager will come in for Boudry with 3:35 left to play, and now Mountain View will elect to take their first timeout. We will keep it here. It'll be down to 4 here. Mountain View leading this one on your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard at 6-5. We're having the official confirm the timeout as a 30-second. Big thanks for all your Takahoochie needs. Go to Woodward Tractor today. Big thanks to them. Also, for the best prices, for the best service, it's all at Haskell's Furniture and Flooring. Give a shout out to Carol, who's cheering for the Phillies, all the way from Floresville, Texas. Appreciate you, Carol, for tuning in. Chime in on that YouTube chat. Let us know who you're rooting for, or where you're cheering from tonight. Try to see if we can get some multiple states in the broadcast. Timeout again taken by Mountain View. They're down to 4. Cody with all 5 with 3:35 left to play. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows Mountain View up by 1, 6-5. Hayes will give it off to Simone. Back to Hayes. Here's a pass to Simone. She'll step to the left, fire 3. That one's going to be left short as it hits the front iron and goes to the right side. Turned over by Mountain View. They're trying to go long passes from Mountain View, and Cody has taken advantage and stolen all of them. They haven't put points, though, as Stowich misses that layup as she went for the right side drive-in. So Cody just not getting things to fall. That was a good look for Talish. Just hadn't had that fall in. It's Allred. We'll give it off to Hickey. It's Hayes on the defensive assignment as Cody runs man-to-man. His Hickey's shot is deflected by Hayes, and Radakovich comes up with it. That's Hayes' first block of the evening. Talish has it, spins the paint, gives it off for Radakovich as it hits her off her hand, and Cody will turn it over for the second time tonight. Allred, the swing over to Addison Hickey, left side outside. It's matched up there by Hayes defensively. Up top, Covelo. Radakovich on that assignment tonight. And they'll try to go for Covelo as she has 4 points so far. Porter, right side, she'll fall, and they'll call a blocking foul on Cody. And Talish picks up her second personal. And it will be the team's third. Boudry will check back in for Talish, and again picks up her second. 2:11 left to play. Mountain View will inbound it in from the baseline. Porter look to fire it in, gives it off to Hickey. Radakovich now switches on her. Hickey's shot underneath is no good. Covelo cleans it up and will put it in. Covelo with 6. Mountain View back up by 3s. 8-5 now. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows under 2 to play. Hayes to Morager. Morager goes in the paint, kicked out with the Boudry. Left side, back to Hayes. Hayes will step back, fire a 3. That's good. And they're actually going to rule it a 2. As they're going to say she stepped on the line, so Cody will cut the lead to 1. Looked like a 3 on the step back, but that will not be the case this go-around. Back to Mountain View. Look for the inside cut is Hickey, and we'll have the last touch there by Hayes, so we'll stay with the Lady Buffaloes of Mountain View with 90 seconds left to play first quarter. Low scoring affair as well. Porter looks for Hickey again, wide open underneath, and it'll be a foul and some free throws as it's going to be Brager picking up the foul. And I'll send Hickey to the free throw line. On the season for Addison, she's shooting 73%, 51 of 70 coming into this one. Looking for her first points on the night. And she'll get the first one from the charity stripe. Makes it now a 2-point lead for Mountain View with one free throw left to go. 9-7, Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows. 1:27 left to play. This to make it back up to a 3-point lead. That's been the biggest lead of the contest. That shot's no good. Simone with the rebound. Simone to Hayes. Thought about a three. Now we'll try to drive in the left side. Layup is good. High off the glass, but Hayes is able to get it in, and we're tied for the second time tonight. It's 9-all. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Porter matched up there by Boudry. She'll try to make her way to the left side. Now spins in the paint. Will fire up a shot. That's good. Count the bucket. Fair to say, Boudry made contact on the shots. And Porter gets her first points of the night. And Boudry will pick up her first personal foul. Chance for a three-point play. Danzy going to check in for the first time in this contest. Boudry checks out with 1:01 left to play. Porter to make it a three-point play. Interesting free throw shot, but gets the bucket to go. It's a three-point lead again for Mountain View. Hayes over the midcourt circle. Hickey matched up with her defensively. Here's a give to Brager. Brager to Danzy, drives in, kick out Hayes, three, up for the tie, no, it's off the front iron, and Hickey comes up with the rebound for the Lady Buffaloes. Porter has it, 38 seconds left to play, and Mountain View will turn it over for the fifth time tonight. It goes out of bounds. Halich is going to come in with two personal fouls. The next one would make it three. And that would be dangerous for Cody to get in foul trouble this early in the contest. Talich at the charity stripe. Hayes falls, comes back with it, and she gets it driving left side. Give it off to Radakovic, and they'll have a foul as the shot was taken before or after the whistle. They'll pick up a foul for Porter, making her first, team second. Mountain View in the bonus as well for the final 20.8. Wagner going to call in a play here. Inbound to Hayes. Floater is left short. She'll go to the line and shoot a pair of free throws. It's also into the ballgame for the first time is Lily Hickey for Mountain View. Hayes getting her first opportunity from the charity stripe. Danzy will check in after the first free throw. Hayes' first free throw is off the front iron and no good. Cody just one of three. Boudry will get set to check in. As Boudry is going to come in for Hayes. This to cut it to a 2-point lead. Hayes' second free throw is good. And she goes 1 of 2. Cody shooting 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Cody is going to bring the full court pressure. Hickey inbound to Calvelo. Calvelo will bring it up for the Lady Buffaloes as she does get it over the midcourt stripe. As that's going to be taken away by Simone. 7 seconds left to play. Quickly, Boudry. Boudry, Danzy swinging to Simone. 2 seconds. Deep three is going to be left short off the left side of the glass. And after the end of one, it's Mountain View up 12-10. We'll step aside for this 30-second timeout. We'll be back here right here on 103.3 The Rage, a Heart Mountain broadcasting station. Back in 30 seconds.
Distracted driving is dangerous, but some people just can't seem to help themselves. There's the steering wheel propper, the sneak-a-peeker, the fast scroller, the nightlighter. And it's not long until they become the fender benderer, the got-a-ticketer, the veering off the road, the driver who kills someone. Enough with the phones already. Just put them down.
Stream today's game, past games, and listen to future Cody Athletics on the radio and catch live video coverage at myheartmountainradio.com.
Getting you set for the second quarter here from the Dome in Mountain View, Wyoming. Mountain View 12, Cody 10. A top 5 matchup is the Cody Phillies ranked number 3, Mountain View ranked number 5, according to the Wild Prep Coaches in Media Basketball poll from this week. Cody shot 4 of 17 unofficially from the field, 0 of 3 from three-point land. Actually make it 0 of 4, so 4 of 18 and 0 of 4 from 3. Mountain View at 50%. It will be Mountain View basketball to start the second quarter. Again, going from right to left. Cody will go from left to right as that shot going to be altered there from Cody. Hayes quickly off to Talich, off the top of the bucket, and it's going to count. No call, and that went from the top of the basket. And Cody has tied this up at 12 apiece. Wells to Porter, long pass back to Wells. Here's a give now to Hickey in the left corner. She'll spin underneath, hand scoop in, score attempt is off the mark. Now we got to fight for the rebound, out of bounds. It will stay with the Lady Buffaloes. Evelyn Oganaw getting ready to check in, as she does for Radakovic. Radakovic played the entire first quarter for the Phillies. Now Oganaw is going to have that assignment against Covelo. Shot is up, fight for the rebound. It's crowd by Allred to Hickey for the lead again, and that's the case. Second chance bucket for Mountain View pays off, and they lead by 2. 14-12, Pinnacle Bay scoreboard, approaching a minute in the second quarter, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Cody. Sydney Simone has picked up her second personal, so that is now 2 Phillies with 2 personal fouls. Talich and Simone have them both. He's almost poked it away. Now she does, creating the turnover. Simone almost loses that. Porter comes up with this. This is going to be last touched by, I'm going to say Simone. It's the last one to touch it. We're pretty darn close to the court. I'm not trying to say I disagree with that call. Just from our view, Simone kind of basically trying to step back from that going out of bounds, and Mountain View's going to have the basketball. Hickey floater for 2. That's off the mark. Hayes tries to save it. I'm going to say it's last touched by Hickey. And now Mountain View fans have something to say about that. I don't know. I think you flip those results from the officiating. It's just based from our view. Looks like Hayes is the last one to touchdown. The official saying otherwise. Oganaw over to Hayes, right side outside. He'll step back for a lead. That's the case. Grace Hayes from three-point land. And Cody with their first lead of the contest. They lead 15-14 on the Pinnacle Bay scoreboard. Porter almost slips. Giving up now to Allred. Hickey goes from the charity stripe, drive into the right side. There's a whistle and a foul call. That's going to be 2 free throws for Addison Hickey. Evelyn Oganaw picks up her first personal. 7 total fouls against the Phillies in this one. They have 2 in the quarter with 6:08 left to play. Hickey already been at the line once. He went 1 of 2. Mountain View 2 of 3 from the charity stripe tonight so far. This to tie the game. That's the case. It's nothing but net on that free throw. One more for Hickey. 6:08 to play after the free throw. Hickey with 4, looking to make it 5. As 2 Lady Buffaloes getting set to check in. That free throw is no good. Hayes with the rebound over to Boudry quickly. And Cody will set their offense up with 6 minutes to play in the second quarter. Boudry gets the screen from Oganaw. Boudry was looking for Oganaw. They'll bounce pass off the Talich. Working around the perimeter is Cody. Now Hayes has a wide open floater, hits the back iron, fight for the rebound as Covelo poked it over to Porter. Hayes probably could have picked up a foul there as well. And quickly is Hickey. Hickey's shot is no good. We'll get another whistle. And 2 more free throws for Addison Hickey. Hayes will pick up the foul. That'll be her first, team's third. No fouls on Mountain View yet, as Coach Wagner, as you're seeing on your screen if you're watching live. Probably asking about the call. Hickey will make the first. She is now 3 of 5. Mountain View 4 of 6. And Cody's going to take some time. They'll take a quick 30. So we'll keep it here as well. Both teams now down to 4 timeouts in a tight first half here. 30-second timeout. Let's give a big thanks to some of our other sponsors. That does include Keel Sanitation. That'll be your halftime report. We'll get a word from Keel Sanitation here in just a moment at the end of the half. Yeah, we'll recap that first half as well once it's concluded. Also, let's give a big thanks to Canyon Therapy for all your physical and occupational needs. Canyon Therapy is the place to be. Also, let's give a big thanks as well to Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be, your scoreboard sponsor tonight. Breadboard Sub Shop, located on the top of Grable Hill in Cody, celebrating 30 years of business. So, Cody Phillies took their first of 5 timeouts. Both teams now down to 4. It will be one more free throw for Addison Hickey. Hickey looking to go 2 for 2 and have her first perfect trip of the game. This will be free throw attempt number 6 from the line. It's no good. And Hickey will get her own rebound. She'll put up a score, and that's a 3-point play for Addison Hickey. It's back to a 3-point lead for Mountain View. Boudry over to Moss, is looking for Agadaw, and they're going to say it hit the wire. It was last touched by Mountain View, and Cody's going to get the basketball back. Billy Hickey checks in for Lady Buffaloes. So Radakovich checking in for Agadaw for the Phillies. 5:21 left to play. Talich will inbound it for Cody. Talich, Radakovich, Hayes, Boudry, and Moss, the 5-8 for Cody. 5:21 left to play. Talich was looking for Radakovich on the inbound. It's going to be too much on the pass, and then Mountain View almost turns it over as Covelo picks it up. She'll put it up for 2. Can't get that shot to go, as that was a long shot for Covelo. Far from that right side. Hayes from the line gets it to take a friendly bounce. And Hayes cuts the lead back down to 1. Covelo from the full court pressure over to Wells. He's trying to come up with it, and Wells throws it all the way in the backcourt, and that will be a backcourt violation by Mountain View, so they'll turn it over. I don't think Wells saw anybody over there, or was just trying to desperately get the basketball off, as there was a couple of Phillies there trying to go for the steal. Now Moss to inbound it. Hayes. How about taking a 3 for the lead? Next score for Cody, if they hold Mountain View, will be for the lead. Already had 4 ties and 3 lead changes. It's stolen away by Mountain View, and that was Hayes who lost the basketball, almost came back with it, and they're going to get Hayes for the foul, and that'll be her second. I think Coach Wagner is stressing the reaches and everything. I know that was a bit something they emphasized early in the season. Hayes just reaching in there a little too much for the second personal. So that is now 3 starters with 2 personal fouls. Talich, Simone, and Hayes. Cody backs off from the full court pressure, down by 1. 4:17 left to play. At the top is Icky. Long pass over for Addison. Addison's going to fire 3. It's left short. Last touch by Hayes on the rebound. It will stay with Mountain View. Sydney Simone with 2 fouls, gets ready to check back in as she checks in for Hayes with 4:07 left to play. Addison Hickey will inbound it for Mountain View. Inbound to Allred, back to Hickey. Side outside, long pass over to Wells, goes inside for Covelo, back out. Wells, 3 is up, no good, and we'll get a foul on Mountain View. I apologize, that was Allred on the shots. Covelo picks up her second. I think that's something too for Cody. If you can get Covelo into some foul trouble, might be able to maybe help your case just a little bit. Again, one of the leading scorers in 3A, one of the leading rebounders, blocks as well. Talich over to Moss, left side outside, 3:36 left to play. Moss is going to try to drive in. Euro step blocked by Covelo as Moss gets it and saves it to Talich. Talich will be fouled by Wells. That'll be her first personal, team's third, or second to be exact. Porter checking back in. Hayes will also come in as well. Moss will check out, so the starting 5 for Cody is now out there for the Phillies. Simone to inbound it, almost had Radakovic, but Porter closed in. Talich double fire shot. That one won't go, and it's Covelo with the rebound for the Lady Buffaloes. Allred was looking for Porter. It's a kicking violation on the Phillies. Agada will check back in, and last couple of games, Cody's been able to kind of pull away quickly. Now they're seeing themselves in a tight one against the 5th-ranked Lady Buffaloes. Porter is looking to use that screen. It goes to the other side, though, for Wells. Hickey, kick out. Allred, 3, up and good. That was a trifecta for Allred, and now it's a 4-point lead for Mountain View. Boudry drives in, fire it from mid-range, gets it to go in the paint. Back now down to 2, 2:40 left to play. Full court pressure for the Phillies. As Talich will get the steal, this to tie it, goes for the reverse. That one won't go. Boudry, second chance, she'll go to the line. Cody's needed a chance at the free throw line. They haven't had one in a minute. You'd rather have the bucket and a chance for 3, but either way, you're still getting a chance to tie the ball game up. Mountain View up by 2 at 21-19. Boudry's first free throw hits the back iron. Morager will check in for Talich. Covelo's going to check out. Lily Hickey is back in for Mountain View. Boudry to make this a single-digit lead for Mountain View. And she can't get the second one to go, and they're going to say a violation on Cody as Hayes went all the way in for the rebound. But it was after or before the free throw attempts. That's why they are calling that a violation on Cody. So Simone checks out. Radakovic is back in, and now you got the 2 post players out there for the Phillies. Hickey quickly over the big court stripe at the top. Here's the give now to Porter. Radakovic now on the matchup. Porter spins, shots up, no good. It's Hickey trying to save it now, fight for the rebound. Hayes tries to pick it up. She does, and we'll give it off to Boudry with 2:10 left to play. Still plenty of time in this game left. I'm saying that in the first half, but it just feels like some urgency with the Phillies just a little bit. Hayes, though, going to try to take a lead for the 3. That is short. Hayes, though, gets the save there, courtesy of Agada, and a second chance for the Phillies. Morager gets the screen, now goes into the paint, bounce pass it off to Hayes. 1:45 left to play. Hayes matched up there by Hickey, now spins left side, kick out now to Radakovic. As Cody will work it, no, doesn't roll as Agada keeps it. Now she'll drive in, spin, almost slipped Stays on her feet, though. Nice job by Agadal to not pick up that pivot foot. Boudry almost traveled with it. Hayes bounces off her hands. Agadal will put it in. That's a weird way to get two, but you'll take it if it ties the ball game at 21 apiece. 75 seconds left to play in the first half. Wells to Hickey. Shot was way up high. It's Agadal with the rebound. Cody will quickly go over. Boudry, Euro, step forward, two. Bounces off the back iron. Hickey with the save. Radakovic comes up with it, though. Fires it from the left elbow. Takes a front iron bounce and drops. And Cody, for the first time in a while, has taken a lead, 23-21. 5 ties and 4 lead changes. Talich will get ready to check back in. Addison Stevens is also going to get set to check back in for the first time. Porter has a lane left side as Radakovic will get called for the foul. That'll be her first personal, and that will put Mountain View in the bonus for the final 31 seconds. Of your Kiel Sanitation halftime report. Looks like Cody's going to bring in Simone and Talich as well after the first free throw. First free throw is short for Porter. Mountain View, though, not bad from the free throw line, 4 of 8. Cody's just shooting 2 of 6. So final free throw here for Porter. Only has 3 points on the day. She is 1 of 2 from the line. Looking to make it 2 of 3. And that's going to be no good. Hayes comes up with the rebound. 28 seconds left to go. Simone looks, fires a shot, hits the back iron. It is a rebound by Hayes. Here's a 3 from Talich. That one's no good. It's Simone's the last one to touch it, and out of bounds. It will stay with Cody. Trying to catch up with everything. Wagner almost near the midcourt stripe to call it a play with 18.9 left to go. Talich inbound to Simone on the left elbow. Handoff now to Hayes. At the top, 15 seconds to play. Simone after the handoff. Here's a pass to Boudry. Goes to the elbow. Fired for 2 as it hits the side of the backboard. And Mountain View quickly pushing the pace. Stevens to, I believe that is Hickey. No, that's going to be no good. And that'll be how the first half ends. And after one, Cody with a 23-21 advantage. We'll step aside for that Kiel Sanitation halftime report. That's coming up right now on the 103.3 The Rage and online at myheartmountainradio.com.
Since 1982, Kiel Sanitation has been the trusted leader in sanitation services throughout the Bighorn Basin. We're a family-run business dedicated to providing top-notch customer service. Whatever your sanitation needs are, Kiel Sanitation has you covered. We offer a comprehensive range of residential and commercial trash collection options featuring a variety of containers. Our roll-off containers range from 10 to 40 cubic yards. We also have 95-gallon roll-out carts and steel dumpsters, including bear-proof containers. Our septic services include thorough, high-pressure back flushing to ensure your system is Kiel clean. For your convenience, we also offer 24-hour emergency septic services. To meet all of your sanitation requirements, we provide portable restrooms for any occasion. Our offerings include standard portable restrooms, hand wash stations, and handicap units. We also specialize in services for the oil field, including portable restrooms, potable water, roll-off containers, and vacuum services. Be sure to check us out, KielSanitation.com. We're also on Facebook. Look for us in there under Kiel Sanitation. Give us a call, 307-587-6616. Go Cody Bronx and the Cody Phillies as well.
Coach Wagner and the Phillies and Coach McCartan and the Bronx have been really fun to watch this year.
Yes, the Bronx and Phillies, they really have it all together.
They sure do. Speaking of having it all together, insuring your home, cars, and life insurance together with my State Farm agency is the best way to bundle and save. We can customize your coverage and make insurance seem easy. Good luck, Bronx and Phillies. Check with Jen Talich's State Farm agency to get your insurance all together. Thanks for the opportunity to earn your business. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
With over 40 years of combined experience, Park County Glass can handle all of your auto and residential glass needs. Serving the Bighorn Basin since 1982 with quality you can depend on and service from the heart. Stop in or call your auto glass specialist at 307-587-9303. That's Park County Glass at 307-587-9303.
Hey guys, this is Zach Haskell with Haskell Furniture and Flooring. We are a proud supporter of the Cody Bronx and Phillies this season. If you want selection, we have the best selection for you with the best prices. From mattresses to flooring or recliners to fireplaces, we have everything you need in stock. No need to drive out of town when we have everything here locally for your next selection. Stop in at Haskell's Furniture and Flooring in Cody, Lovell, Worland, and Riverton, where we have the best prices and better service.
When life slows you down, Canyon Therapy in Cody helps you get back on your feet. Whether you're recovering from an injury, managing pain, or working to regain strength and mobility, Canyon Therapy offers expert physical and occupational therapy service tailored to you. Our experienced team works with you one-on-one to create a personalized treatment plan, helping you to move better and live more comfortably. We treat people, not just conditions, in a caring and supportive environment. Canyon Therapy is a proud supporter of the Cody Bronx and Cody Phillies. Get back to the life you love with Canyon Therapy. Visit CanyonTherapy.com or call today to schedule your next appointment.
We continue the Kiel Sanitation Halftime Report. Here's Wyatt Barichka.
Let's get those scores fixed for you real quick here on the live stream. Right now it is the Cody Phillies up on this one by just a single score after 16 minutes of play. This is your Kiel Sanitation Halftime Report brought to you by Kiel Sanitation. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard at the half. Cody 23 and Mountain View at 21. The Phillies would be outscored in the first quarter 12-10. But Cody would outscore Mountain View 13-9 in the second frame of this contest to have a 23-21 game. And this hasn't been a normal Phillies game. Normally they're kind of pushing some leads, but as this game, and we knew this was going to be a little bit physical as far as both these two teams. You got post play from from Covelo. You also have play from Radakovich as well. I mean, it's kind of gone back and forth in this contest. Mountain View's biggest lead's been 4. Cody's has been 2 in the contest. For the Phillies, they would shoot 10 of 30 unofficially from the field. They're 1 of 7 from three-point land, 2 of 6, though, from the charity stripe. For the Lady Buffaloes, they're 8 of 20 from the field, 1 of 5 from three-point land, and 4 of 9 from the free throw line as well. 5 lead changes and 4 ties in the contest so far in this one. We'll step aside for a 60-second timeout. When we come back, we'll talk of the individual numbers in this one. Coming up next, this is Cody Phillies basketball on 103.3 The Range, a Heart Mountain broadcasting station. We're back in 60 seconds.
Woodward Tractor is your one-stop dealer for all your Takahouchi equipment and service needs. Takahouchi is known the world over for its purpose-built design philosophy, innovative technology, and dependable service after the sale. And now at Woodward Tractor, get 0% financing on all Takahouchi machines, excavators, track loaders, and wheel loaders. Special financing options are also available on Takahouchi brand attachments. See Woodward Tractor on Blackburn in Cody.
Allstate agent Cale Mitchell is a proud supporter of Cody High School sports. At Allstate, you can bundle your home and auto for the lowest premium rates. Cale Mitchell is your local agent and provides great professional customer service to ensure that you got the best affordable coverage needs. Call Allstate agent Cale Mitchell at 307-527-6447. That's 307-527-6447. Allstate, you're in good hands. Continue your Keel Sanitation halftime report. Your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows the Phillies up on this one, 23-21. It's going to be another competitive 16 minutes here in just about 2 minutes or so. Take a look at the individual numbers. We'll start with the Lady Buffaloes in Mountain View, led by Addison Hickey with 7 points, McKinley Covelo with 6, Cody Allred, Charlie Porter, both with 3 points in the contest, and Abby Wells has a 2-pointer in the contest as well. For the Phillies, they're led by Grace Hayes. She has 10 points in the contest. Ellie Talich with 5, Maddie Boudry with 2, Sophia Radakovich with 4 points, and Evelyn Agadaw has 2 points in the contest as well. That is your look at your individual statistics in this contest. Let's see if we can get some scores from around the state of Wyoming on the girls' side of things. All the 3A games pretty much taking place today. And taking a look just real quick here. Powell and Lyman was postponed, and Lovell in Pinedale has now been postponed to February 11th. They're going to play that game in Lander. So they're going to just mutually meet up in Lander for that contest. Final score in the east side, Newcastle wins over Burns 58-42. Yesterday's 3A action saw Rollins defeat Glen Rock 45-42 in the girls' games so far. Other games that are scheduled to take place today, Douglas at Rollins. You got Wheatland at Buffalo. Whirlwind right now is taking on Lander, and that score right now, it is Lander 8 and Whirlwind 0. Those are all your updates at the moment in this one. We'll keep it here as we got about 27 seconds left to go in the halftime intermission. We appreciate you tuning in, however you may be tuning in into this contest. You're chiming in on the radio. We appreciate you tuning in. We do have live video coverage as well at myheartmountainradio.com. There's a button down below that says Stream Cody High School Athletics. You can chime in on the chat. Let us know who you're watching from, who you're rooting for in this contest as well. We got ourselves a pretty good second half getting set for you. Again, Cody on your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard leading 23-21. The buzzer sounds, and we get set for 16 more minutes of action. They'll flip ways and directions. Cody is going to be going now from right to left. Mountain View now going to go from left to right. Same starters as well. Hayes, Boudry, Talich, Simone, and Radakovich. 3 of them in foul trouble already with 2 fouls. That's Simone, Hayes, and Talich. Cody has first crack at it in the second half as Talich was looking to feed it to Radakovich inside. Out of bounds will stay with the Phillies. They'll just go from the sideline to the baseline. Simone to trigger it in. Simone all the way out to Talich, goes inside to Radakovich, spins, puts up the shot. She can't get that to go. And Cody will start with an empty possession, almost taken away are the Phillies. And now Talich comes up with the steal. Talich looking for Simone. Simone's shot is off. Second chance for Talich. Can't get that to go. Hayes a third crack at it. It's good. Cody now up by 4, their biggest lead of the contest, 25-21 on the Pinnacle Bay scoreboard. Boudry coming up with a steal. That's another turnover for Mountain View with 11. They had 9 to start this second half and already have 2 turnovers. 7:08 to play. Cody with a chance to extend their lead again, but Hayes, right side drive, give it off to Talich. He'll go baseline, slips, falls to the floor. Radakovich picks it up, back out to Hayes. Hayes, step back, hand off now to Simone. Setting herself up for a 3. Now she's going to go in high. Bounce off the floor. Back to Talich. Talich right side, drives into the paint, goes to the left off the glass and can't get the shot to go. And it's Covelo cleaning up the rebound. Back to Mountain View. First chance for the Lady Buffaloes, and that's going to be a steal from Talich. And that's what Cody can do. They can create and get some easy buckets as Boudry underhand will lay it up with not off the glass, but gets the score. It's now 27-21. Mountain View has not even attempted a shot, and as soon as I say that, Hickey's going to go to the line and shoot a pair of free throws. And we're going to get a foul on Hayes, so Hayes has just picked up her third personal foul. Team's first of the quarter. Hasn't been really a flow in that first half. We had quite a few calls as Hickey will make the first, cut the lead down to 5. And sometimes that's how games go. You really can't get a rhythm. Some of the calls, it's gone both ways. I'm not saying it's going one way or another as Hickey is 2 for 2. First points for Mountain View. It's a 4-point lead now for Cody. 27-23, Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. And Hayes has it, drives right side. Now we'll back it up off to Simone. She'll fire a 3. It's up off the glass and no good. First 3-point attempt for Cody. And right now they are 2 of 5 from the field. Out of bounds will stay with Mountain View basketball. Agadal will check in for Radakovic. Again, Radakovic and Agadal have had that assignment tonight against Covelo as Hickey will get the pass and lay it up and in. She's got all 4 points for Lady Buffaloes. In this half, it's a 2-point lead. Cody had it up to 6. It's been the biggest lead by either team. Cody will drive in. We'll go to the left to right. Can't get the shot to go as it rolls off the iron. And Cody's now 6 attempts from the field already in this half. They're going to look for Stevens off the cut on the baseline, out of bounds, and Mountain View will turn it over. 5:21 left to play. Cody started off with 4 points, and Mountain View has answered back. They're on a quick 4-0 run to start the second half. Boudry over to Talich. And off now is to Hayes. Hickey, it's a defensive matchup as Mountain View's running man-to-man. Talich will tip it over to Agadal. Boy, that double dribble. Simone, 3, up good. And we knew Cindy Simone would make a 3. It just took until the second half. And Cody's up by 5, 30-25 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Porter drives in, loses the basketball, and it will be a turnover by Mountain View. And we'll see Cody Allred check in for Mountain View. Porter will check out for the Lady Buffaloes. 4:44 left to play. Third quarter action here from Mountain View. Boys will be next here after the conclusion of the girls. Boudry. Talich will go from the left side. Talich will spin, fire it up a shot. Couldn't get it to go. It's Covelo with the rebound again. They bring a little bit of pressure, though. Allred over the midcourt line. Makes her way to the right side with a handoff to Hickey. Here's a drive in. Stevens looks for the pass. They're going to say jump ball. It's going to favor Mountain View. 4:10 left to play. Porter going to check right back into this contest for Stevens. There'll be an inbound for Porter. Going to give it off to Covelo. Agadal with the defensive assignment, and Agadal is going to ask about that call. And that'll be her second personal foul. And Coach Wagner was asking the same question. Trying to argue that she was in that cylinder where officials got to look at as Covelo will miss the first free throw. Mountain View is now 50% on the day, 6 of 12. Coach Wagner talking with one of the officials as well. 4:08 to play after this free throw. This is a chance to cut it to 4. And Cobolo does so. 30-26 now. Hayes, the Boudry right side. Boudry's going to get a screen. We'll give it off now to Talich at the top. Goes inside to Hayes. Just pulls up quickly in the paint and will get it to go. Hayes with 14. Mountain View quickly over into the front court. It's Icky at the top. Hayes with the matchup. We'll give it off now to Allred. Allred left side. Back to Porter up top. 3:36 left to play. Porter going to attack that left side. Loses the basketball. Hickey was almost able to get it, but Hayes comes up with it. Cody 2-on-1. Give it off to Simone with the layup. Big good. Simone with 5 in the half. And Porter and 1 gets the score to go. As Mountain View try to go quickly, they do count the buckets. And the foul is going to go against Agada, and she just picked up her third. Radakovic will check in for Agada. Moss will check in for Boudry. Emma Linford going to check in for Porter after the free throw. This to cut it to 5 again. Porter's free throw is up, hits the back iron. Simone with the rebound. And back is Hayes. Simone to Talich. Cody been working that left side a little bit as Talich was looking for Radakovic inside, just a little too far for Sophia, and Cody will turn it over. That will be the 5th turnover unofficially for Cody tonight. I have Mountain View with 14, Cody with 5. And Cody's going to bring that full court pressure. Go below. Dribble it up, give it off now to Linford. As that's going to be poked away. Talich comes up with it. Talich picks it up, puts it up for 2. It's good. Talich went all the way with that one. Had Moss if she needed to give it up, but Talich goes up and gets the score. It is now 36-28, and Cody comes up with another steal. Long pass for Moss is a little too far, and Cody will turn it over with 2:38 left to play now. Cody again going to bring that full court pressure, and we'll get a whistle for a substitution. Aston Stevens will check in for Linford. And Cody is going to ask for a timeout as Coach Wagner almost didn't get it there, and that will be the case. So he takes his 1 of 4 left. It's a quick 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. Let's give a big thanks to some of our sponsors. That includes Park County Glass, Woodward Tractor, Allstate agent Gil Mitchell. Allstates, you are in good hands. Right now, Cody has outscored Mountain View's 13-7 in the third quarter. Right now, Grace Hayes with 14. Simone's got 5 all in this quarter. So now you got to take a look at some fouls. You got Hayes with 4. Agada has 3, or Hayes with 3, excuse me. Agada with 3 as well. Talich and Simone came into the half as well with 2 fouls. But I've done a good job avoiding a foul called on them. And it's tough too, especially for Agada and Radakovic. They're taking on Covelo again. Has really gotten some significant playing time since her sophomore season. Again, she's one of the top rebounders, one of the top scorers. Agada, or Covelo, excuse me, averages roughly 18 points per game. That's one of the best in the 3A West. Hayes is actually second on that list at 20 a game. A team Cody will see in a couple weeks on Elin Bowers and the Lady Wranglers from Pinedale is number 1. Long pass. It's Hayes who at least gets a piece of it, but Hickey comes up with it, and they're going to call a blocking foul, and Hayes has just picked up her 4th personal foul. Hayes has 14, and now Boudry's going to come in, and Hayes, we might not see her on the court for a little bit after the foul. It's Addison Hickey at the line. She went 2 of 2 just a little bit ago. Make it 3 of 3 now in this half. Coach Wagner talking with Hayes. And Hickey's looking to go 2 for 2. That's the case. It's a 6-point lead for Cody. Mountain View now going to bring the pressure. Simone, give it back to Moss. Long pass over to Boudry. They do get into the front court with 2:23 left to play. Boudry hand off to Simone. Simone gets a screen from Radakovic. There's a kick out now to Moss. Swing over to Talich as they work around the perimeter. Radakovic, hand off Simone. 3, up. Yep, that's good. Sydney Simone with now 8 in the half. That's all the points that she scored in this contest. And Mountain View will turn it over as it goes to the hands of Cobolo. Boudry way up top. Directs traffic. Simone gonna try to drive it on the left side. Kick out now to Talich. Pump fake to 3. She got Hickey to go. Talich though. Fire mid-range. It's good. Cody has scored 18 points to start the second half, and they've outscored Mountain View by double. As head coach Moretti for the Lady Buffaloes calls a timeout before losing the possession. It's a full timeout, and we'll take a quick 30 here in this one. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, Cody up by 11, 41-30. We'll step aside for this 30-second timeout. We're back here on 103.3 The Rage.
Distracted driving is dangerous, but some people just can't seem to help themselves. There's the steering wheel propper, the sneak a peeker, the fast roller, the nightlighter. And it's not long until they become the fender benderer, the got a ticketer, the veering off the road, the driver who kills someone. Enough with the phones already. Just put them down.
.132 left to play in the third quarter here. Mountain View took their second time out of the contest. They're down to 3. 41-30 on your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, favoring the Cody Phillies. And less fouls have been called. A total of 4 fouls have been called, all against Cody. But with the low amount of whistles that have come in this second half, it's got a chance for both these two teams to kind of play their way, but mainly Cody taking advantage of the limited calls so far in the third quarter. Next foul would put Mountain View in the bonus. And now we'll go as Wells will fire a shot. Mountain View took the timeout as Mountain View misses their first shot of the second half. Talich at the top. There's a swing over to Simone. Left side outside. Matched up there by Wells. As Simone goes, hits the rubber, fight for the rebound. It's Cobolo who comes up with it. That's tough, too, for players like Hayes and Simone when they try to drive in, because Cobolo is basically hanging out underneath the basket. Hickey, here's a kick out now for Allred. Allred's going to fire as she drives in. Floater is good. And Mountain View is down by 9. Biggest lead's been 11. That was just a moment ago. 32 for Mountain View. Cody leads at 41-32. Simone Boudry left corner up the Talich as they'll work it around the perimeter is the Phillies. Moss in the screen. They'll try to feed it inside for Radakovic. That's going to be a turnover as Cobolo reaches for the steal, is able to do so. And that's going to be a backcourt violation or turnover either way. And Mountain View will be credited for their 18th turnover of the contest. They're going to bring Hayes in with 17 seconds left and 4 personal fouls. So if Hayes fouls out here in this third quarter, Cody's going to go into that fourth quarter without Hayes, who is the leading scorer in this contest at 14. Hayes gives it off to Simone and hits the back iron. And now with 5 seconds left to play, Hickey fires a shot with 4 seconds left, and that will be how the third quarter ends in this one. So after 3 quarters of play, Cody leads by 9, 41-32. Final 8 minutes are next after this 30-second timeout on 103.3 The Rage, a Heart Mountain broadcasting station.
Coach Wagner and the Phillies and Coach McCartan and the Bronx have been really fun to watch this year.
Yes, the Bronx and Phillies, they really have it all together.
They sure do. Speaking of having it all together, insuring your home, cars, and life insurance together with My State Farm Agency is the best way to bundle and save. We can customize your coverage and make insurance seem easy. Good luck, Bronx and Phillies. Check with Jen Talich's State Farm Agency to get your insurance all together. Thanks for the opportunity to earn your business. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The fourth quarter is here. The final 8 minutes start now.
Getting you set for the fourth quarter. Final 8 minutes here from the Dome on the campus of Mountain View High School. Cody outscores Mountain View 18-11 to take a 9-point advantage. Biggest lead was 11 in that third quarter. And Cody now going to play with Talich, Hayes, Boudry, Radakovich, and Simone. So the starting five are out there. Something to note, though, Hayes is going to be playing, starting this fourth quarter, with 4 personal fouls. Cody going right to left as they get the first opportunity in the fourth quarter. Simone picks up for a dribble after the screen. Now to Talich. Talich will dribble. Look. Give it back over to Simone. Cody's looking to remain perfect in conference play. Hayes, they'll fire from the charity stripe, can't get it to drop. And Mountain View comes back up with it. Yes, I do see a battery needing to change here, so we'll get that fixed here in just a moment. Here is Allred. Allred loses it as will travel with it. And that'll be a turnover for the Phillies here. So it'll stay 41-32. Cody back with the basketball as Simone has it. We'll swing it over to Talich. Talich now is going to keep it. Now over to Boudry. Boudry to Radakovich. Now back to Simone. Fires a three. It's up. It's going to be left short. Covelo will pick up the rebound. And back over to Mountain View is laying it up and in. It is Lily Hickey for 2. And Mountain View now down by 7. Back to the Phillies. It's Boudry now. Up top for Radakovich. It's Cody again looking to go to 5-0 in conference play. Radakovich in the paint. Shots up and no good. Covelo on the defense again. The Mountain View pushes the pace to Covelo for 2 from Isabel Hickey. And timeout taken by Mountain View. They'll be down to 2. 41-36 with 6:07 left to play. It is going to be Cody basketball after the score. It's not 41-38, make it now 41-36. So I got a little bit ahead of myself there. 6:07 left to play. Give a big thanks to State Farm agent Jen Talich. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Also, broadcast brought to you by Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be, your scoreboard sponsor tonight. Right now, Cody having a tough challenge inside with Covelo. Radakovich and Hagedal both there defensively tonight and have done a pretty good job limiting her. She only right now has 9 points in the contest, so it's about half of what she averages on the season. And again, Mountain View comes out of the timeout. They have 2 left. Cody with 3. 6:07 left to play. Inbound goes to Talich. Trying to beat that full court pressure by Mountain View. They do. Simone back to Boudry. At the top. The swing over to Hayes. Hayes now. He'll drive to the right side. Now we'll give it off to Simone. He thought about a 3. Drives in. Has a shot from inside the paint. Can't get that to go. And fighting for the basketball is Simone and Hickey. Hickey's going to throw a long pass over to Lily Hickey. And Mountain View will turn it over. Isabel Hickey has done that quite a bit. Addison Hickey tonight is trying to go for those football throw type passes, and right now Cody's been the one creating those turnovers. Back to Talich, quickly over to Boudry. So they do get it past that midcourt stripe. Talich, they get it back to Hayes. There's a swing over to Boudry. Boudry, hand off Hayes. Hayes now will go into the paint from left to right. Talich at the top, left side drive. In the paint, spins, gets Covelo to go. It's good. And Agada is in the contest for Cody. That's something to mention as well. And that might be a way to get some easy shots underneath. Get Covelo to move. Isabel Hickey is going to get called for the trowel. I think she was going to try to get a call there to go to the line, but doesn't get it to go. 5 minutes exactly. Talich back to Hayes. And Talich will get it back. Try to get it over the timeline. They do. It's a long pass. It's corralled there by Simone. Hayes will drive in. Long pass out to Talich. So hand it off down to Simone. Builder matched up with her defensively. Simone backs in. It's Hayes. It's Hickey who comes up defensively. Almost gets the steal. Hayes picks it up. Hayes, they got a 5-on-1. Simone for three. That's going to be off to the right. It's rebounded, though, by Wells. And we're going to get a foul call on Cody. They're going to call a foul on Maddie Boudry. I'm not sure exactly what the foul call is there. It's got to be for a reach if that's the case. 4:28 left to play, 43-36. As Hickey checks out for the Lady Buffaloes. Cody brings the full court pressure. Porter. That's up there as Boudry comes up with it. Pass a little too high as Boudry was looking for the layup. It's blocked, though, by Porter. Boudry had a chance to give it off to Talich, but maybe Porter would have gone that way. Sofia Radakovic will check back in for Agada. And the starting five is back out there for the Phillies. Talich will inbound. Talich inbound to Hayes for the shot. She'll be fouled and go to the line. Foul is going to go against Lily Hickey. She picks up her second personal. It's the team's first of the quarter. Mountain View had no fouls in that third quarter, and something Cody, they haven't been in a while. As Hayes will miss the first. They haven't gone to the free throw line since the second quarter. Right now the Phillies are 2 of 7. They get 2 of 8 as Hayes goes empty from the free throw line. Mountain View has 3-on-2 as Radakovic gets into the passing lane and knocks it out of bounds. He'll stay with Mountain View, but what a play there by Radakovic. Breger will check out for Hayes. Won't be surprised if she'll come back in just a moment. That 4 fouls is also got to be a thought as well. Mountain View gets it inbound to Addison Hickey for 2. Rolls around the iron. Second chance. That one's no good either. And out of bounds, it will stay with the Lady Buffaloes. And Coach Wagner is going to be calling something in for Cody. Mountain View gets another chance to inbound it. Porter, long inbound, goes in for Addison Hickey. Looks for Covelo, too far on the pass and a turnover. Addison taking responsibility for that one. She says, my bad. We're still scoreless for a little bit. Under 4 to play now. Right now the lowest scoring quarter so far, just 4 points. And it'll be just maybe a little bit longer, at least for this possession, where Cody turns it over. Porter, left side. There's the give now to Allred. Underhand pass it over to Porter. Porter's going to drive in, float it, and she'll be fouled and go to the line. I think Radakovic picks up her third. That's the case, so Radakovic, that should be your third. Nope, that is a second according to the scoreboard. So she's got 2. 3:37 left to play. Porter is at the line to shoot a pair. She has only made 1 free throw. Make it 2 now. Coach Moretti on the Lady Buffaloes is going to take a full timeout. 3:37 left to play. Hayes is going to come back in with 4 personal fouls. We'll take a quick 30. 3:37 left to play. Cody 43, Mountain View 37. Back in 30 seconds on 103.3 The Range.
With over 40 years of combined experience, Park County Glass can handle all of your auto and residential glass needs. Serving the Bighorn Basin since 1982 with quality you can depend on and service from the heart. Stop in or call your auto glass specialist at 307-587-9303. That's Park County Glass at 307-587-9303.
.337 left to play in the fourth quarter. The Cody Phillies with a 6-point advantage, 43-37. We got one more free throw left for Porter. Right now, she just made her second of, I believe, 6 attempts. My math does me correct here. Actually, 5. It'll be her 6th in just a moment. Mountain View 10 of 17 from the line. Cody just 2 of 8. Cody going to have 2 fouls to give. Mountain View with 3. Boys game going to come up after the conclusion of the girls game. Cody looking to remain perfect in 3A West Conference play. They can hold on for the win. Porter to make it 2 of 2. That's the case. It's a 5-point game. 43-38, 3:34 left to play. Hayes quickly gives it off, and Simone's going to be fouled, and that'll be a quick foul on Mountain View. Caldwell picks up the foul. Caldwell picks up her 3rd personal, team 2nd. Both teams now with 2 fouls in the quarter. Talich will trigger it in. Inbound will go to Hayes at the top. Makes her way to the right side. 3:26 left to play. Hayes almost probably could have picked up her 5th there, but they don't call it. Simone, 3 is up. It's going to be left short. Radakovich comes up. Shot's no good as it left her hands. And a fight for the rebound. It's out of bounds, and Cody's the last one to touch it. Oganaw is going to check back in. Radakovich is going to get a rest with 3:15 left to play. Full court pressure as well for the Phillies. Inbound will go to Wells. Back over to Porter, trying to get it over the timeline. So is Talich, backs off the pressure. Back to Wells. There's a swing over to Porter, almost went out of bounds. Porter's going to give a pass off. Nice pass. Good score. In for the first time in this ball game is Michaela Lim. And it's now a 3-point game for Cody. 43-40, 2:45 left to play. Hayes hitting off over to Talich. Talich is going to back in, left side, pull up 2, it's good. A low-scoring quarter, but Cody getting a steal to Simone. Shots up and good. Sydney Simone with the score, and Cody, who had a 3-point lead just a moment ago, skyrockets it to 7 with 2:27 left to play. Full timeout by the Phillies, and we'll keep it here as well. Cody now down to 2 timeouts. Both teams with 2 timeouts as well. Actually, let's take a quick look at what Cody's fighting for right now. As you take a look at those standings, Mountain View is trying to jump Lander, who is taking on Whirland right now. If Mountain View wins and Lander wins, Lander will stay on the 4. Mountain View 5th in the standings right now. However, they're ranked 5th. Lander's actually beaten Mountain View as well. Cody is looking to remain perfect, 5-0, heading into a game tomorrow against Lyman. Lyman was supposed to play Powell tonight. However, Powell did not come on the trip. And again, some of that was due to road conditions. There's quite a few games that were actually can't postponed, including Level versus Pinedale. They're actually going to meet in Lander on the 11th, which would actually be Monday to make up that contest. So that's what the standings look like heading in to tonight's games. We'll try to update those tomorrow as well. 2:27 left to play. Mountain View down by 7. The Cody Phillies who were up by 3 just a moment ago, get a quick 4 points and now are up by 7. Cody took the timeout. Both teams down to 2 timeouts. Both teams with 2 fouls to give. 2:27 left to play. Mountain View will inbound it. The full court pressure is showing for the Phillies. Talich almost gets the steal. Comes up with it. Porter back over to Wells. Bounce pass it off to Addison Hickey. Was looking for Covelo. They're going to call a kicking violation. And it will stay with Mountain View. Coach Wagner calling defensive assignments. Inbound to Covelo, to Porter. There's a swing to Hickey. Fire 3. It's up. Too much on the shot as it bounces off the left iron and out of bounds. It's going to be Cody basketball. Unofficially, I have Mountain View for their first missed shot of the quarter. They've only had 2 shots from the field prior to that. Hayes gets it off to Simone. Back to Talich. 2 minutes to play here in the Dome. Talich backs into the paint. Fires a mid-range jumper. No good. Augudal with the rebound, and Linford comes up with it. And they're going to call a jump ball. It should favor Mountain View, and that's the case. As Coach Olenek is checking that arrow. He's going to set up full court pressure again. 1:51 left to play. Porter looks to inbound. Almost 5 seconds. They do get it in time as Hayes pokes it out. Watch out. As we got some equipment over here. Not sure where the basketball went. Now they do. Almost hits me and one other broadcaster over here with 1:48 left to play. Maybe the only downside of being as close as we are tonight with the basketball. They come to us at a blink of an eye. Approaching 90 seconds left to go. Mountain View down by 7. The Phillies looking to hold on. Shot there is off the mark for Mountain View. It's Boudry with the rebound. Tries to get over the midcourt move there by Boudry. Giving it off down to Talich. Talich left side outside, and we'll have Coach Wagner take his final timeout, or one of 2 timeouts left. And they'll be down to 1 timeout. Mountain View has 2. Probably trying to save those for this game winds down. If Mountain View can crawl their way back, they're still in it. But 7 points of the way Cody has played in this 4th quarter as of late have been quite a bit to show for. As Radakovic quickly goes to the scorers table, she checks back in. 76 seconds left. Again, look for Covelo in the post. They try to go to her in this second half, but they really haven't. Covelo really hasn't been able to get anything to go. That's a good job by Sofia Radakovic and Evelyn Augudal. They both had to have a tough assignment tonight, and they've done well for themselves against Covelo. Right now, 3 Phillies in double digits, led by Grace Hayes with 14, Emily Talich with 13, Cindy Simone with 10. Mountain View just has 1, and Addison Hickey with 13. So it will be Cody basketball. And the timeout was taken by head coach Chris Wagner. Coach Moretti of Mountain View getting some last-second adjustments for Mountain View before the inbound. 1:16 left to play. 7-point lead for the Phillies. 47-40. Hayes looks the inbound, trying to find somebody. There's the inbound to Simone, and they're going to say backcourt violation. Turnover by Cody. And Mountain View gets it back. Only 4 seconds go off the clock. Taking it inbound to Porter. At the top, fire 3. It's up. It's going to be left short. It's out of bounds. Cody gets it back. Cody can now start working the clock with 70 seconds left to go. However, Mountain View is going to bring the full court pressure. And we're going to get a foul on Mountain View. That is the case. As Hickey picks up, that is supposedly her first personal. She's gotten the whole game without a foul. Talich to Boudry, back to Talich in the backcourt. Trying to quickly get it over the timeline. They do. Nice job by Talich to do that. Back to Boudry. Clock can start ticking for the Phillies. They can run it down. Under a minute to play. Boudry almost loses the handle. Fight for the basketball. It's going to be back to Cody as Hayes comes up with it. Long pass to Simone. Simone back to Talich. They can hold on to it now as Cody. Talich was looking to hand it off to Hayes. Now over to Boudry, right side. Linford trying to get a foul call. That's the case. That was one of two that Mountain View had left to give. And that's not Linford, it's Lim with the personal. Team's fourth, so that was the last foul to give for Mountain View. They put Cody in the bonus for the final 39 seconds if they do commit another foul. Talich looking to inbound, looks for Radakovic. Nice passes. Radakovic looked late and somehow still came up with it, and Hickey is going to pick up another foul, and now send Hayes to the line. And Hayes has played this entire quarter with 4 personal fouls and has done a good job avoiding that 5th. Foul goes against Hickey, picks up her 2nd personal of the quarter. And again, Cody in bonus for the final 35 seconds. Hayes makes the first. Makes it now an 8-point lead for Cody. Getting lowest scoring quarter at 13 points as Hayes makes both. And Mountain View has got some urgency now. Lim get it all the way over now to Wells. Hickey, long pass to Lim. And Lim's going to be called for, Lim's going to get fouled by Talich. Talich picks up her 3rd personal. That was one of 2 that Cody was able to give. Inbound it from the baseline. Border to Covelo. There's a swing to Hickey now. There's now a pass to Wells. They're going around the perimeter. Border for 3. It's going to be too much on the shot. Covelo trying to get the rebound. Fight for the basketball. Mountain View comes up with it. Hayes gets it. Layup to seal the deal, and that's the case. And Cody is going to survive against Mountain View after one last attempt by Mountain View as Radakovic swats it out of there. And Cody survives Mountain View 51-40 in a great 3A West Conference game. We'll step aside for a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we will have the Breadboard Sub Shop post-game show in just a moment. Actually, we'll make it a 60-second timeout as this game is already, the boys' game is already going to start behind in this one. Final in this one, Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, Cody 51, Mountain View 40. We'll step aside for our Breadboard Sub Shop post-game show after this 60-second timeout. 103.3 The Range.
Hey guys, this is Zach Haskell with Haskell Furniture and Flooring. We are a proud supporter of the Cody Bronx and Phillies this season. If you want selection, we have the best selection for you with the best prices. From mattresses to flooring or recliners to fireplaces, we have everything you need in stock. No need to drive out of town when we have everything here locally for your next selection. Stop in at Haskell's Furniture and Flooring in Cody, Lovell, Worland, and Riverton, where we have the best prices and better service.
When life slows you down, Canyon Therapy in Cody helps you get back on your feet. Whether you're recovering from an injury, managing pain, or working to regain strength and mobility, Canyon Therapy offers expert physical and occupational therapy service tailored to you. Our experienced team works with you one-on-one to create a personalized treatment plan, helping you to move better and live more comfortably. We treat people, not just conditions, in a caring and supportive environment. Canyon Therapy is a proud supporter of the Cody Bronx and Cody Phillies. Get back to the life you love with Canyon Therapy. Visit CanyonTherapy.com or call today to schedule your next appointment.
This is Cody High School basketball on the range.
KBEN, Cowley, Cody, and the Bighorn Basin.
103.3 Wyatt Bridgeko with you as the Cody Phillies survive a tough-fought game against Mountain View, and they win this one 51-40. We'll get those scores fixed in a moment. This is your Breadboard Sub Shop post-game show brought to you by Breadboard Sub Shop, located on the top of Grable Hill in Cody. The Cody Phillies coming out with a 51-40 win over the Lady Buffaloes of Mountain View, and Mountain View was not wanting to go away. Cody had a 3-point lead for a moment, and then Mountain View would close it in, but the quick 4 points, I think helped Cody pretty much seal the deal in this one. 51-40. We do have to get to that pregame interview with head coach Jay McCartan, so let's quickly go over the final numbers. Cody would shoot 22 of 54 unofficially from the field. Mountain View 14 of 31. The Lady Buffaloes were led by Addison Hickey with 13 points in the contest. Cody would have 3 in double-digit figures, led by Grace Hayes with 18 points, Sydney Simone with 10, Ellie Talich with 13 points in the contest. We do have an obligation as well, that is to select our player of the game. I'm going to give it to Ellen Ogadaw in this one. I know Radakovich and Ogadaw had a tough assignment against Covelo, and I think both did a great job. And Ogadaw really had again, she had to come in at points for Radakovich to have that assignment. I thought Ogadaw defensively had a pretty good showing. She also would finish with 2 points in the contest, and like I say, sometimes it's not about the numbers on the paper, it's what you do off the paper as well. So final on this one, it is the Phillies 51, Mountain View 40. And with that, let's get into our pregame show brought to you by Cody Ace Hardware. It's your local home, lawn, and gardening care store. Make sure you visit them at the top of Grable Hill in Cody. I do want to get into that pregame interview with head coach Jay McCartan, so let's actually send it to that interview right now. We'll talk more about this game as we get closer to tip-off.
It's time for the pregame interview. Let's send it to Wyatt Barichka, standing by with head coach Jay McCartan.
Back here on 103.3 The Range, I'm here with head coach Jay McCartan. And coach, first off, you only had one game last week. Just now that you've had some time to process Worland a little bit, kind of just reflect on that game a little bit.
Well, I thought we played really, really well. I mean, they're a good, scrappy team. They do a lot of good things.
It's time for the pregame interview. Let's send it to Wyatt Barichka, standing by with head coach Jay McCartan.
Back here on 103.3 The Range, I'm here with head coach Jay McCartan. And coach, first off, you only had one game last week. Just now that you've had some time to process Worland a little bit, kind of just reflect on that game a little bit.
Well, I thought we played really, really well. I mean, they're a good, scrappy team. They do a lot of good things. But I think overall, we had a couple good practices heading into that game, so I felt pretty good about where we were at. But you never know with high school boys how they're going to respond. And I thought we played a really good game, executed our stuff really well, shot the ball really well. So did Worland. I mean, like I said, they're a good team. So I thought our kids really did a really good job. I think we ended up with 6 turnovers, maybe 8. It wasn't very, so I think that's a huge step forward for us because I thought their pressure was just as good as anybody we faced this year too. So a lot of good things came out of that game.
The couple of practices I've been to this week, coach, you just are mentioning there's not much time left. Today, I believe, 14 practices was how much was left, and maybe 13 now after today. But that's kind of something I've heard the last couple of days. There's not much time left with this team in particular. So kind of just what's that message, and what are you trying to get? What are you hoping to get with your team with that response?
Well, I think, and it's a challenge for a high school kid because they don't sit in the same shoes that I do. They don't see what I see, and the reality is their time is limited, even as young as they are. They've got and I'm trying to make sure our seniors understand that it's coming to a close, and I want the rest of the guys to understand too that this is the last time this group's going to be together. Our time is finite, and there needs to be that sense of urgency to continue to get better, to continue to improve, and I've seen those steps forward in the last 2 weeks with that, and I'm excited about our club. I'm excited about where we're headed. So we're doing a lot of good things. We still make mistakes. We're still young. We're still kids. That's going to be the process that we know for sure of. But the competitiveness has been better, and I want them to just to live in the moment and enjoy it because, in 4 weeks from now, 5 weeks from now, hopefully 5 weeks from now, a lot of these guys won't play competitive with a team basketball ever again. I mean, I have 6 seniors, 2 of them have been hurt all season. Hopefully we're going to get one back at some point, but Maddox and Grady, they're going to go play college football. Trevor, he's going to do his thing. Jackson wants to go play college basketball, but it's such a challenging sport to go play in and he has all the skills and ability to do that. But it's just a hard thing. So I want them to understand how great this moment is for themselves, for their teammates, and just cherish it and go get it. Every single second matters.
Yeah, and what a moment and atmosphere you guys are going to be going into, because sometimes small town communities like Mountain View and Lyman kind of create those big time atmospheres. I mean, Cody brings it too, but I think especially with Mountain View, their gym, the atmosphere they bring, Coach, this team is a pretty scrappy team. I know their record is 6-9 on the season, but Mountain View has challenged a couple of ranked teams. I mean, they made Lander have to pull a game winner. So talk about Mountain View a little bit, what you've seen from them, and kind of, without revealing your game plan, kind of what your approach is to this one.
Well, you said it best. I mean, they are scrappy. They're going to play hard, and that's what I love about our conference. There's not a team that doesn't. They're going to play for 32 minutes, and that's a stress from our guys. Like, regardless of how this game goes, there's going to be ebbs and flows in every game we play. And if we get up by 10 or 12, like we've had that capability to do that. We've done that last several games. They're not going to quit. They're going to keep battling, and we have to continue to execute and continue to push those leads out and extend and stretch and get better. And the reality is I think man for man, position for position, I think we have better basketball players. But as soon as you say that, you have a letdown, and that's something that we don't want these kids to have. I think that's the beauty of having the senior leaders that we do have. I don't think they'll allow that to happen. Now, they're always susceptible to a poor game too, shooting wise, but that's one thing that we've talked about. There's so many aspects and facets of this game that you're going to have bad night shooting. That's the way this game rolls, but there's other things that you can do to contribute. So that's what I think Mountain View does well. They play so hard, they get to the rim. The games that I've seen on tape, they're very quick, they're athletic, and they get a lot of shots at the rim. And to be honest, we don't get out and press you. We're going to make everything you get, you have to earn. So, we're going to pack it in and play defense and contest every shot and rebound the basketball. And that's kind of how we do it. That's kind of what we've hung our hat on. And for the last 4 years, I think we've been in the top 2 in the state defensively, and that's what we're planning to do this year too. I mean, if you get a shot, it's going to be a contested shot, and it's going to be over a big extended hand, and we're going to go rebound that thing.
Yeah, Coach, and you kind of a long trip as well, and I'll kind of get back to Mountain View a little in just a moment, but this is going to be a long road trip. I mean, if everything goes well, it's about a roughly 6 hour trip. How good is it to kind of have these road trips, especially with the team all together in one bus?
Well, that's what our season's been like all year. We've only had 2 home games, so everything we've done has been on the road. So, we went to Gillette, we've been to Douglas, we've been to Lander on a Tuesday. So, I mean, the road trips are road trips. We just want to go play, and that's kind of the mindset of our guys. Is that's the way it is. So let's go showcase what we can do and play as hard as we can. And I like where we're at. So it just is what it is.
And one more question outside the Mountain View game, Coach, and I asked Coach Wagner this, but you mentioned what you like about this 3A West Conference, and I think there's quite a bit of parity. I mean, for not to diss on Powell, but they have a pretty good record, but their conference record, 0-4. I mean, these teams can go up and down in the standings and rankings and everything all week long. What does that just say about the competitiveness? And we do have to, unfortunately, conclude that interview just a little bit early, as I want to make sure we talk about this game on paper and where these two teams stand heading into tonight's contest. The Bronx are about to face the number 1 scorer in the 3A West in Dash Madsen. He averages 17 points per contest, shooting 69% from the free throw line, 44% from the field. And they're also going to be taking on Mountain View is going to see 2 top 10 scorers. Grady McCartan averaging 16 points per contest, and Maddox Ball at 13 points per contest. For the Bronx, they score roughly 58 points per contest, surrendering 44. They do out-rebound opponents 28-22. And like I said, Mountain View scoring about 48 points per contest, surrendering 52. And they are out-rebounded 27-23. I talked to head coach Jay McCartan about Mountain View. They're going to be a hard-fought team. They're going to play like Worland a little bit, where they don't really give up. It might be a 15-point lead. They're going to try to climb back any way that they can. So that is something to look for as this game goes on. The starting lineup's about to be introduced here in just a moment. I did talk with head coach Dustin Reese, too, and he said his starting lineup, it's going to probably be interesting because he's had some injuries on the season as well, and sometimes injuries can get an effect on the starting lineup. Dustin Reese is in his 24th year in Mountain View. It's his 18th year as a head coach. He's coached actually in the girls' side of the team as well. It's actually was his first 6 years was the JV head coach. Then he was the girls coach for 10 years. Now he's in his 8th season here in Mountain View for the boys side of things. And again, this team expected to fight hard like Worland did. And that's something Cody's going to have to look for as this one goes on. Not sure if we're going to get a national anthem. Does not look like that. Yeah, we'll get a starting lineup here for the Cody Broncs. We'll start with them. It's going to be looking like this. It is going to be the same starting five as the Broncs are going to be in their road blue uniforms, gold numbers, Cody on the jersey, gold lettering as well, gold and white stripes on their sides. It will look like this with under head coach Jay McCartan, Maddox Ball. It will be Jackson Hazel, Trevor Spomer, Grady McCartan, and Parker Hine. We'll get the starting five there as everybody for the Broncs are getting ready to go. They're going to wait for the Mountain View lineup to get started. They have the whole student section out there for Mountain View, so they're going to have to go through a long line just to be introduced. For the Mountain View Buffaloes, like I said, this is going to be probably a little bit different, and it looks like this. It's number 2, Colby Wrights. He'll be led by number 3, Jay Kaiser. It's number 10, Race Carr. I'm going to make sure we might see Dash Madsen. There he is. It's number 1, Dash Madsen. And to round up the starting five, it is number 5, Casey Walker. Again, Dustin Reese, the head coach of the Buffaloes for Mountain View. Mountain View will go from right to left, Cody left to right. Let's get your scoreboard out here. It's brought to you by Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. We'll get those timeouts fixed as well here in just a moment as the officials do some of their last minute things here before this contest gets started. Cody looking for a Mountain View sweep here as Mountain View comes into this one 6-9. Cody 10-4 will show standings in just a moment. Max Ball will stand in the center circle. He'll take on Race Carr, and the tip-off is going to be tipped back to Parker Hine. We're underway here from Mountain View. Again, Cody with the first possession here in this contest. Expect the pace to pick up just a little bit here. Hazel over to Hine. Back over to Hazel as Hazel's going to go looking for the inside pass as it goes underneath the basket, hits the rubber, and Cody will start their first possession with a turnover, and Mountain View gets their first opportunity with the basketball. It is Royce. Royce will hand it off now to Walker, right side outside. Coach Reese is kind of directing the offense here in just a little bit. Kaiser over to Madsen. 17 points per game, leads 3A West scoring. Walker gets it back up top. Approaching near a minute played into this contest. Madsen gets it, goes behind the back, hits Hazel a jump. It's back over to Kaiser for 3. Fight for the rebound. It comes up courtesy of Madsen. Now Madsen will go for a 3. It's Hine with the rebound, and we'll get a jump ball. And Mountain View is going to get the basketball back. So Mountain View with a second chance here, actually a third chance. 6:53 left to go. Back to the Buffaloes. Madsen, quick catch and shoot 3. It's going to be off the mark. There's a fight for the rebound. It's going to go for Walker, but ball gets the tie up, and the arrow will favor Cody. 6:48 left to play. First quarter here, live from the Dome in Mountain View. If you haven't been here before, it's a place you might want to just at least get an experience of. It is a packed gym here in Mountain View. Hazel to Hine, back to Hazel. There's a swing over to McCartan as Buffaloes are showing a little bit of zone here. It's a 3-2 zone. Ball Cross-court pass it over to Hine. There's a pump fake. He'll drive in from the baseline. Looks to dish it off to Ball. And it's going to be a turnover for Cody. Second turnover of the contest. Both possessions have ended up in turnovers. Walker directs traffic on the right side outside. High matched up with him defensively. Madsen, the swing over to Royce. Royce back over now to Carr. Carr handoff down to Madsen. Goes behind the back. Parker Hine almost pokes it away. Pump fake now by Walker. Ball. He almost got a steal as well. Here's a kick out now to Kaiser. Kaiser in the paint. Loses it over to Walker. They've been going on that right side as Walker fires a shot. They're going to call a blocking foul late. And Trevor Spomer will pick up his first personal foul of the contest. Going to give a foul to Spomer. First personal, first team foul. Walker's first chance at the line tonight. Hazel and Spomer will switch sides on the free throw. Walker's first attempt for him, just roughly 69% from the line this season. He'll make the first. 5:51 to play. One more free throw, and Mountain View gets the first points of the contest, and the first 2 points are courtesy of free throw. So it's 2-0 Mountain View on your Pickle Bank scoreboard, just like how the girls' games got started. Mountain View gets the first points of the ball game. McCartan, though, is going to try to take a lead with a three. Shot is off the mark. Spomer fights for the rebound. Second chance. Hazel the ball for the score. Hazel actually gave that up to Ball. A nice job by Hazel to recognize that and tie this ball game up. Back to Mountain View. We're tied here on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Parker Hine picks up a foul after he tried to reach. With his first. Mountain View with no team fouls. Cody with two team fouls. Kaiser to inbound. Goes to guard. Back to Kaiser. He'll make his way to the right side with a handoff down to Walker. Walker attacks the right side. They're going to get a blocking foul on McCartan. Kind of another similar start for Cody as well, where the foul calls are going to go for Cody. I'm not saying it's the right call. I'm just saying Cody girls had quite a few calls against them in the first game out of this doubleheader. Right now, Cody has 3 quick fouls, and we still have 5 minutes left to play of the first quarter. It's Madsen at the top. Hazel matched up with him defensively. Madsen with a big step back three as it goes off the backboard behind, and the shot's off the mark. Cody basketball. Substitution here for Mountain View into the contest is Ashton Colangelo. Excuse me. I want to make sure I get that pronunciation correctly. And they're going to call a backcourt violation on the Bronx. And Cody, out of their 4 possessions they've had, 3 of them have been turnovers. And Cody has done a good job, just roughly 10 turnovers a game. And right now, it's not the pace what you're looking for if you're Cody. Madsen falls to the ground. I think they were trying to get the pass off to him. He does get it then. Madsen goes back. Now he'll look for the cut, but it's going to be the first turnover for Mountain View. Hine comes up with it. Hine to Hazel for 2. It's good. 2 Bronx now in the scorer's book, and Cody has a 4-2 advantage as Hine was trying to save it after it poked away by Mountain View. 4:22 left to play in the first quarter again. Now we're going to have a officials discussion here. Not sure what the discussion is going to be about. Both teams are looking at the conversation. They're going to call a foul. They're calling a flop on Spomer. I think that's the case. Yeah, they called looks like a flop on Spomer is what they're saying. As that shot there is no good for Kaiser. Second chance off the mark. Hazel picks it up. They need to try to take on 2 Buffaloes as Hazel falls to the floor. And see if he is All right, they're going to get the foul on Mountain View. Colt Madsen picks up his first personal, team's first. And Hazel's going to go line and shoot a pair of free throws. And Cody going to have a chance to extend this lead. Let's give a big thanks to some of our sponsors who make this broadcast possible. Hazel's at the line. That includes Woodward Tractor for all your Takahouchi equipment needs. Hazel's first free throw is going to be off the mark. And we'll get two subs coming in. Nathaniel Pryor in for the first time in this game. Pulver checks out. And Trent Bauer checks in. .409 left to play. Hazel shot up good. So Hazel goes 1 of 2. Extends the lead up to 3. Walker makes the slow walk over the midcourt stripe. He'll make his way to the right side with McCartan matched up with him defensively. And they're going to have a whistle on the official. So McCartan has a necklace on. That's what the stoppage is. So Parker Hines going to check in. McCartan's going to check out. Well, that's what the stoppage was. So nothing transpires out of that other than McCartan just checks out. Parker Hines will check in. Inbound will go to Madsen. Madsen's going to swing it over to Walker. Hine matched up with him defensively. Walker, fire inside the paint. Shot's no good. And ball gets the rebound quickly over to Bauer. Bauer pass to Hazel. There's a swing to Pryor for 3. It's going to miss everything, but Ball will clean it up, try to put a shot in. Can't get that one to go. And it's going to be 2 opportunities for Cody and no points. Back to Mountain View. Madsen drives all the way in. Shot is left short. It's out of bounds. It'll be Cody basketball. McCartan will check right back into this ball game. Time will come out. Hazel now will bring it up for Cody. Now there's the give to McCartan. Appreciate you tuning in. However you may be tuning into this one live on radio. 103.3 FM KBES. McCartan will fire 3. It's left short. Ball will tap it high. But can't get the rebound. Almost lost it there. View comes back with it. Back to the Buffaloes, and here's a deep 3 from Walker. McCartan with another rebound. He's going to try to pick up the pace. McCartan right side, underhand scoop and score is good, and McCartan picks up his first points of the contest. Cody has now scored the last 7 points. Mountain View, though, trying to change that. They can't get that 3 to go. Cody quickly over to the front court, and that's going to be a turnover on Cody on the pass. Cody with 4 turnovers as Hazel has checked out. Spomer is checking in. Coach McCartan is directing Spomer to make sure he checks in the right spot. 2:29 left to play. Spomer is in for Pryor. So right now it is McCartan, Spomer, Hine, Ball, and Bauer, the 5 for the Bronx here with 2:22 left to go. Here's a kick out now to Carr. Carr, here's a pass now to Royce. Royce will drive in. Pass off now to Calangelo, He'll get the score. Bucket counts. Calangelo will get the score and a chance to make a 3-point play and cut this lead down to 2. I apologize. I might butcher that name a couple of times as this broadcast continues on. Foul will go against Bauer. He picks up his first. Colangelo will make the 3-point play count as he'll check out. Walker checks back in. So it's now a 7-5 advantage. Cody was up 7-2 at one point. Hazel will check in on the next whistle. 2 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Bauer bounce pass it off to McCartan. He'll fire a mid-range jumper. That one's going to be left short as well. And right now it's just kind of been shots left short for the Bronx, as well as Mountain View too. They've had a couple of opportunities that were short as well. Here's a shot that goes over to the other side of the iron, and Hine will corral the rebound. Hine slows it down over to Bauer. It is right side outside, inside to Spomer. He'll go on the baseline, pump fake once, puts up a shot. It's good. We've seen Spomer do that quite a bit lately. Just powering in for a bucket, and Coach Dustin Reese is going to spend a timeout. He'll take a quick 30, and we will just keep it right here. Make sure we get the right amount of timeouts. We didn't tell you what the standings look like, so let's take a quick look at those while we have a chance. Again, 30-second timeout taken by the Buffaloes of Mountain View. Yes, you did see level 14-1. They lost to Thermopolis this past weekend. They're lost by 2. It was a 66-64 loss to Thermopolis. Pinedale didn't have their game against Lander, so that was postponed. Also in as well, Lander is taking on Worland right now. That's a battle of the two teams, the middle of the pack. Mountain View sitting at 1-3 in conference play. Powell is 0-3 in conference play. They were supposed to take on, like I said, Lyman today. That was canceled. And really, it's more postponed because those games will eventually have to be made up because it's not a 1 North versus 4 South anymore. It's a 1-8 seeding for this regional tournament in particular that takes place in Lander here in about 3 weeks or so. Walker is at the top. McCartan matched up with him defensively as again Mountain View used the first timeout. Looks like Kyle Angel lost the basketball. It slipped out of his hands, and Cody comes up with it. High now to McCartan as we approach the final 60 seconds. This High goes inside. A ball for 2. It's good. Ball with 4 in the contest. It's back to a 6-point advantage for the Bronx. Biggest advantage in the contest so far. 50 seconds left to play. Walker now will back it up. Redirect traffic for the offense. 42 seconds left to play. Whites makes his way to the right side. We'll look for Madsen, does. We'll look to drive in, loses it, and a blocking foul is going to be called. They're going to say this is on the shot? They're going to say that's on the shot. I didn't think it was on the shot, but Hazel will pick up the foul, and that's why they're at the free throw line because of 5-team fouls. If I look at my stats once in a while, Madsen would miss the first free throw. So we stay 5-11, or 11-5 to be exact. The score around makes more sense that way. 33.7 seconds left to play. Madsen will go 1 of 2 from the line, and it's a 5-point lead for Cody here as we hit the final 30 seconds here. McCartan over the timeline to Hine, back to McCartan. Goes inside to Hazel. Nice pass the ball for the score. Continuing its amazing movement, and ball is on the ground, and he is slow to get up here. Trenton Bauer is going to get set to check in. Ball will come back up, and I'm not sure exactly what happened. He's walking under his own power, and Coach McCarty will check in with him. Not sure exactly what happened, but again, you hope he's all right. Did get the score. Trent Bauer did come in for ball, so we'll kind of watch for that, see what happens here. 18 seconds left to go. Back over to Mountain View, a chance to hold it for the final shot. Walker takes it to the top, now makes his way to the right side. 8 seconds left to play. Walker, nice pass inside. That was a good cut by Kaiser. And with 2 seconds left to go, quickly to Hine. Hine will fire it for 3, and they're going to wave off the shot as it was happened after the buzzer sound. So at the end of 1, Cody holds a 5-point advantage. It's 13-8. We'll step aside for this 30-second timeout right here on 103 through the Range, a Heart Mountain Broadcasting Station.
Woodward Tractor is your one-stop dealer for all your Takahouchi equipment and service needs. Takahouchi is known the world over for its purpose-built design philosophy, innovative technology, and dependable service after the sale. And now at Woodward Tractor, get 0% financing on all Takahouchi machines, excavators, track loaders, and wheel loaders. Special financing options are also available on Takahouchi brand attachments. See Woodward Tractor on Blackburn in Cody.
is Cody Bronx basketball on 103.3 The Range.
Getting you set for the second quarter of action. Cody with a 5-point advantage over Mountain View. 13-8 on your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Second quarter about to start. It will be Mountain View basketball. Right now, scoring led by Maddox Ball, who checked out of the game. He was on the ground after he scored his 6th point of the game, or his 3rd bucket of the contest. We'll see and monitor him, and right now just being looked at. We'll update you when we can, but again, you pray that he's all right. It is Mountain View basketball to start the second quarter as Colangelo is looking for Walker. Now he'll give it up now to Carr. Carr matched up by Sowers, who's in the ball game for the first time. So it's the starting 5 besides Ball. Sowers is going to replace him to start this second quarter. Walker with Cody matching up defensively, man-to-man. Nice steal by McCartan. It's a 3-on-1 to Hine for 2. Can't get that one to go. Hazel, though, second chance bucket counts. And Cody has done a good job with that as well. The bucket's going to count. Foul will go against the Buffaloes. I think they're going to get Dash Madsen for the foul. That's the case. And Hazel has a chance to make it a 3-point play and double what Mountain View has here in just a moment. Hazel's free throw is up. It's no good. And it will stay at 15-8. Walker again back with the basketball and does really point guard duties in this one, it looks like. That's in the score, though. Really hasn't got much going, just a single point. And an offensive foul on Mountain View. Casey Walker picks up the second team foul in his first personal foul of the ball game. 7:09 left to play here. Second quarter as we just get underway. If you're just joining us, Cody was able to make the trip down to Unita County to battle the Bridger Valley teams. They're taking on Mountain View today. Spomer now has it with Cody with the basketball. Shot is up and off the mark. Hazel picks up the rebound. He'll put it up. Count that bucket. So second opportunity for Hazel to maybe get a 3-point play. With 6:49 left to play, foul will go against Kaiser. That'll be Mountain View's 3rd team foul. So we'll get a substitution as Colangelo will check out. Not sure what's going on about that one. So he didn't go to the bench. He was his way, it looked like back towards the locker room. Not sure exactly, but did not go to the bench. We'll check about that as well. Hazel makes the 3-point play. And good news for Cody and Maddox Ball. Ball's going to get the check back in. We'll get a whistle, and I think that's what the whistle is about, is the first time. And just cleaning up a mess there, but Cody with a 10-point advantage. Ball is going to check back in. A couple of Cody Bronx were checking on Ball as well. So Ball is going to get back in, and Cody fans clapping about that one. And you don't like to see that when somebody goes to the floor hard like Ball did there a little bit ago. So Mountain View has it, down by 10. Here's a drive in by Kaiser. Shot is off the mark. Pryor's going to get set to check back in. It's a turnover by Cody, and Mountain View gets it back. Cody with 5 turnovers. Mountain View with just 2. Parker Ryan will check out. Pryor is in the contest for the Bronx. Right now, Cody a 5-0 run in the second quarter. Walker, right side outside. He'll give it up now to Carr as it's taken away by Hazel. Hazel, Euro step, gives it off to Sowers for 2. As rolls it off the front iron. Hazel will clean it up and put it in. He has all 7 points in the second quarter. Back to Mountain View. Again, now the deficit is sitting at 12. Madsen Drives in, leading scorer in 3A West, only with 1 point in the contest. Madsen, though, looking to make a three. Hits the back iron. It's rebounded by Carr. Back to the Buffaloes. We'll get a foul on Cody. Next ball is going to pick up his first personal. Be the team's first. Again, I said this lead doesn't really feel like a lead, knowing what Mountain View has done in games past. They made Lander have a game-winning layup when they close that lead in against the Tigers. They've done it before. They could do it again. Cody's going to try to avoid that, though, as McCartan loses the basketball after taking an attempt. Mountain View's got numbers. There's a kick out now to Madsen. Three is up and in and out. Madsen's getting good looks. He just can't get anything to go. And there's a pass over to Ball, courtesy of McCartan for the score. 14-point lead now. Treadbauer going to get set to check in on the next whistle. There's a pass inside now to Kaiser. Here's a kick out to Carr. Mountain View works around the perimeter. To Madsen on the right side. Here's a drive-in layup and a couple of bounces. You'd think they get a hometown bounce once in a while, but they can't even get the hometown bounce. Back to Cody. His old two McCartan. Now Parker High going to get set to check in on the next whistle. So 2 Bronx, 1 Buffalo. Going to check in. 4:32 left to play. Sowers gives it off to Ball for 2, and Ball now with 10. Cody does have the height advantage in this one. Madsen's layup, that one won't go. I don't know if you can't buy a bucket right now. McCartan quickly over to Sowers, pump fake, shot is up, Ball with the rebound, put it up, count the buckets. And Cody with their third opportunity for a 3-point play. They're 1 of 2 in those opportunities. 4:10 left to play. They're going to count the bucket. Foul will go against Jay Kaiser. And he has 2 personal fouls. It's the 14th foul. And timeout going to be taken by the Buffaloes. Yep, they're going to say it's Mountain View timeout. Full timeout. We'll take a quick 30. 4:10 left to play. Cody right now up by 18, 26-8. We're back at 30 seconds on 103.3 The Range.
Allstate agent Cale Mitchell is a proud supporter of Cody High School sports. At Allstate, you can bundle your home and auto for the lowest premium rates. Cale Mitchell is your local agent and provides great professional customer service to ensure that you got the best affordable coverage needs. Call Allstate agent Cale Mitchell at 307-527-6447. That's 307-527-6447. Allstate, you're in good hands.
But
4:10 left to play, second quarter. The Bronx up by 18 over Mountain View, 26-8. After a timeout taken by the Buffaloes, they are down to just 3. Appreciate you tuning in, however you may be tuning into this contest, whether it is on 103.3 FM or online at myheartmountainradio.com. Ball has a chance for a 3-point play. After the foul by Kaiser, Ball does get it to go, and now he has 13. 27-8. The boys, JV and freshmen, acting as the student section tonight. Pryor comes up with a steal, trying to pick it up as he saves it. And they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. Nice opportunity by Pryor. Nice hustle from him as well, but nothing will come out of it as he stepped out of bounds. Again, love the hustle by Pryor. 3:54 left to play as we got a whistle by the official for a shoe tie. The one who almost had that steal, it was Pryor. He's laughing about it. No, and that was a little quick for him. 3:46 left to play. Here's Walker. Here's a kick out now to Kaiser. At the top, here's a hand back now to Colton Madsen. First time he's into this one, almost losing it and turning it over was Mountain View. Walker will get fouled by Hine, so Hine will pick up his second personal. Grady McCartan gets set to check back in. McCartan will come in for Hine. Hayes will try to give Hine some encouragement. I'm watching the benches here. It's kind of nice when you're down a little bit, you can hear some of the conversations that the benches have, not as much as the timeouts, and Lyman might have a gym for that, even though we'll be high on top of the nest tomorrow. That's what they call their gymnasium. And now Walker gonna get fouled again. And there's a little bit of chatter going on between Walker and looks like McCartan. McCartan picks up his second personal. Jackson Hazel will check in for the Bronx. McCartan's gonna check out. McCartan getting an explanation about that one. Walker to inbound it. Really good job defensively on that one. Had Carr open underneath, but Cody closed that quickly. College Ed is back into the ball game, so that's good news for Mountain View as he checked out of nowhere. 3 minutes to go, second quarter. Madsen will hand it off down to Walker at the top of the circle. Now he'll swing it over back to Madsen. Madsen. Now it's up top to Colangelo. Back to Madsen. As right now Mountain View can't get anything to go inside the arc, and if it is, it's not even that many steps. Now here's a chance. Colangelo falls to the floor. It's going to be a foul on Cody, and it's going to occur on the floor, and I believe Pryor picks up his first personal. That is the case. And now both teams have no fouls to give. Cody has outscored Mountain View 14-0 in the second quarter. We'll have our Keele Sanitation halftime report as well here in just a little bit as Spomer pokes that out. And with that, Mountain View was able to pick it up in the backcourt. Kaiser to Colangelo, left corner. They try to create a trap. That's not the case. Almost traveled with it. Colangelo, though, getting the pass for a three-point shot. He's off the mark, and Mountain View is taking 7 chances and no points. Out of bounds, it will stay on Cody, and now you got a flop on Mountain View. Colangelo will call for the flop. 2:16 left to play. Second quarter here, and some of these calls have kind of been hit tilts because I'm not really either seeing them or heard them in my short broadcasting career. I haven't seen flops called in high school basketball, so this is the first time I'm hearing about it. That's why I silence for a moment, just trying to hear the official conversation. Hazel has it, left corner, gives it to Ball. In the paint, kick out to Bauer. Bauer, 3, up. It's going to be left short off the front iron. Quickly over, it is Royce. And we'll get a whistle and a push on Cody. They're going to get Max Ball on the push. They'll send Mountain View to the line. They're going to send, looks like Colton Madsen to the line for some free throws. Trevor Spomer going to get set to check back in just a moment. With 1:49 left to play in the second quarter. Ball picked up his second. And a timeout taken by Cody. With 1:49 left to play, we'll keep it here. If you want to chime in on that YouTube chat, let us know where you're watching from tonight. If you're watching live, if you're in your car, don't get on your phone, please. I want to make sure that you're staying safe in your vehicle. You can tune in on 103.3 FM or myheartmountainradio.com. Give a big thanks as well to some of our sponsors to make this possible, including Park County Glass. Also, for all your physical and occupational needs, Canyon Therapy is the place to be. So again, timeout taken by Cody. That was their first timeout. And we know Cody, they'll take their time with the timeouts. as far as when they want to use them. Should be more clear about that because that doesn't make sense at all. So at the line for Mountain View, it is Carr. He'll get 2 free throws in bonus. Carr has not had a free throw attempt yet, and that breaks the goose egg off in the second quarter for scoring for Mountain View. Cody has outscored the Buffaloes 14-1. And a chance to make it 2 for 2. Mountain View 5 of 6 from the line. Make it 5 of 7. Sowers can't get the rebound, and to stay with Mountain View. And Mountain View has a chance to get some extra points. 1:48 left to play as Coach McCartan is saying something to somebody. Probably something about a push or something. Inbound, though, for Mountain View. They're going to try to go for a shot. Madsen gets it back. He's still looking for his first field goal of the contest. Kaiser, 3, up. Hits the left iron, bounces right. It's going to be rebounded by Cody as Spomer comes up with it. Quickly pushing the pace. Right side layup. Left short. Sowers, though, he'll be fouled and go to the line. Second chance opportunity for Cody. Ends up with Sowers going to the line with 1:26 left to play. Sowers' his first chance for points in this contest as well. He'll miss the first. So Mountain View crowd is letting him know about that free throw. Final free throw for Sowers. And that one is going to be good. So Sowers goes 1 of 2. Makes it now a 19-point lead for the Bronx. 28-9. 75 seconds left to play. Walker will drive into the paint. Pryor will poke it out, and they're going to say a foul on Cody. Sowers is going to pick up the foul after he just went 1 of 2 from the line. And the Cody fans immediately were displeased about that call. Walker at the line. He has got only 2 points. Make it 3 now after that first free throw is good. 18-point lead is the difference. Colangelo is back in for Mountain View. Kaiser checked out. Also in for Mountain View for the first time, Keegan Pitts is in for Colton Madsen. Walker to go 2 of 2. That's the case. 28-12 on your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Both teams in the bonus from here on out. Hazel goes right side, looks to give it off, and they're going to say blocking foul on Walker. So Walker, who just made the free throws, he's going to be called for a foul now. And now Hazel has 2 opportunities at the line. He already has 10. 2 Bronx in double-digit figures, led by Maddox Ball with 13. Jackson Hazel has 10. Has a chance to get that up to 12 with these free throws. First free throw is up and in and out, and we stay 28-12. Give a shout out to Wyoming and the Wild watching from Cody tonight. Also, not sure the initials A and S is watching from Cody and cheering for the Bronx. Appreciate everybody tuning in to this one as Hazel will make a 1 of 2 trip from the line, and we stay in an 18-point lead for the Bronx. It's 29-11, Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. 54 seconds left to play. Here's a 3 from Colangelo. It's good. Trying to get the call for a 4-point play and didn't get it to go so. 29-14, Hazel tries to lay it up. Sowers gets it. He's trying to put up a shot, and that one's going to be called a jump ball. Arrow is going to favor the Bronx. Sowers, I thought, may have think he was fouled there. Cody's going to bring in the 3 Bronx. Ball Hine, and McCartan. So the starting 5 is out there for Cody. 38.1 left to go. Hazel inbound. Hine puts up the shot. That one's no good. And Mountain View has it. No numbers for the Bronx to get down there in time. Layup is good, courtesy of Colt Madsen. And with 23 seconds left to go, Cody has a final chance for the shot. McCartan, though, will dish it off the ball for 2. And Cody is going to get the points while they can. Turnover by Mountain View. Hazel with 10 seconds left to go. Lay it up and in. And we're going to wait to see if this is going to count. They're going to give a bench warning to Cody. And that's what's going on. That's a bench warning for Cody. And I think we're going to get Mountain View basketball. They're going to count the bucket is what the officials say. So they're going to say Hazel gets the score. And that score happened before the bench warning. It's very interesting to watch it from this side of things. 5 seconds left to go for Mountain View. Madsen's going to have a foul on Spomer. And Mountain View is going to go to the line with 2 seconds left to play. Pryor and Bauer are going to check in, as well as Sowers. Spomer picks up his second personal. Cody has had 12 foul calls against them. Cole Madsen misses the first. We'll get one more free throw for Mountain View. So Pryor, Bauer, Hazel, Sowers, and Spomer are the 5 for Cody with 2.4 to go. Free throw is good for Colt Madsen. Spomer looks. Football throw intended for Sowers. Bauer picks it up. Couldn't get a shot to go, though, as it slips out of his hands. And that is how the first half of play will conclude. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, Cody 33, Mountain View 17. We'll have a report from Kiel Sanitation. We'll be back in 4 minutes right here on 103.3 The Range, a Heart Mountain broadcasting station.
Since 1982, Kiel Sanitation has been the trusted leader in sanitation services throughout the Bighorn Basin. We're a family-run business dedicated to providing top-notch customer service. Whatever your sanitation needs are, Kiel Sanitation has you covered. We offer a comprehensive range of residential and commercial trash collection options featuring a variety of containers. Our roll-off containers range from 10 to 40 cubic yards. We also have 95-gallon roll-out carts and steel dumpsters, including bear-proof containers. Our septic services include thorough, high-pressure back flushing to ensure your system is Kiel clean. For your convenience, we also offer 24-hour emergency septic services. To meet all of your sanitation requirements, we provide portable restrooms for any occasion. Our offerings include standard portable restrooms, hand wash stations, and handicap units. We also specialize in services for the oil field, including portable restrooms, potable water, roll-off containers, and vacuum services. Be sure to check us out, KielSanitation.com. We're also on Facebook. Look for us in there under Kiel Sanitation. Give us a call, 307-587-6616. Go Cody Bronx and the Cody Phillies as well.
Some people just can't seem to help themselves. There's the steering wheel propper, the sneaker peeker, the fast roller, the nightlighter. And it's not long until they become the fender benderer, the got a ticketer, the veering off the road, the driver who kills someone. Enough with the phones already. just put them down.
Coach Wagner and the Phillies and Coach McCartan and the Bronx have been really fun to watch this year.
Yes, the Bronx and Phillies, they really have it all together.
They sure do. Speaking of having it all together, insuring your home, cars, and life insurance together with My State Farm Agency is the best way to bundle and save. We can customize your coverage and make insurance seem easy. Good luck, Bronx and Phillies. Check with Jen Talich's State Farm Agency to get your insurance all together. Thanks for the opportunity to earn your business. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
With over 40 years of combined experience, Park County Glass can handle all of your auto and residential glass needs. Serving the Bighorn Basin since 1982.
Is your local agent and provides great professional customer service to ensure that you got the best affordable coverage needs. Call Allstate agent Cale Mitchell at 307-527-6447. That's 307-527-6447. Allstate, you're in good hands.
This is Cody Bronx basketball on 103.3 The Range.
We continue our Kiel Sanitation halftime report as the Cody Bronx take a 33-17 advantage to the half. The Bronx, though, had a 14-0 start to the second half. Cody is already out of the locker room with 5:24 left to go in the halftime intermission. Cody would outscore the Buffaloes in the first quarter 13-8 and then outscored the Buffaloes 20-9 in the second quarter. They have held the leading scorer in Class 3A West to just, I'm trying to find it, 1 point. And that was at the free throw line. And Dash Madsen, he has 1 point. But continuing our numbers here, 2 lead changes and 2 ties so far. Mountain View had the first points for the first quarter, and then Cody would take a 4-2 lead and never relinquish it. 2 ties in the contest as well. Cody unofficially was 14 of 22 from the field. Mountain View 4 of 20 from the field as well. 1 of 9 from 3, 8 of 11 from free throw land. Cody is 0 of 2 from the 3-point mark, and 5 of 9 from the charity stripe as well. We do plan to talk with head coach Chris Wagner here in just a moment. That is your look at your first half team numbers. We'll take a 30-second timeout and look at the individual numbers as well. So we're back in 30 seconds right here on 103.3 The Range, a Heart Mountain broadcasting station.
Coach Wagner and the Phillies and Coach McCartan and the Bronx have been really fun to watch this year.
Yes, the Bronx and Phillies, they really have it all together.
They sure do. Speaking of having it all together, insuring your home, cars, and life insurance together with My State Farm Agency is the best way to bundle and save. We can customize your coverage and make insurance seem easy. Good luck, Bronx and Phillies. Check with Jen Talich's State Farm Agency to get your insurance all together. Thanks for the opportunity to earn your business. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We continue the Kiel Sanitation halftime report. Here's Wyatt Barichka.
Continuing our Kiel Sanitation halftime report, Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows the Bronx up 33-17 over the Buffaloes of Mountain View, Wyoming. A big shout out to Terry, who's watching from Oregon, cheering on for the Bronx in this contest. Take a quick look at the Bronx numbers here real quick as head coach Chris Wagner is, you're a little early, getting ahead of me, coach, over here, but take a quick look for the Bronx. It was led by Maddox Ball with 15 points in the contest. He has 15 points in the first half. He went off the court for a little bit, but came back in the contest. He was good to go. And Jackson Hazel with 13 points in the contest. Again, Cody leading this one 33-17. Coach, you got me?
Good.
Perfect. Yep. Well, Coach, that was a fun one. I mean, it just felt like you guys were able to kind of have a flow at some points. And that was for both teams as well. Just kind of reflect on that just a little bit.
Yeah, offense was a little clunky. We got a lot of great looks to start off the game, but, it wasn't like Lander and Worland where every shot was going down. I think that led to a little frustration. We kind of started to force things. And, some of the stuff offensively that I was prepped for, it just wasn't working. I think that just I was a little frustrated with that, and I just felt like I couldn't get in sync with my own play calling. And, fortunately, like we know, the girls are going to come out and play defense, and that's ultimately what we were able to wear them down and, kind of caught a pretty good separation there early in the fourth, and that helped us out a ton.
I know Covelo was maybe kind of a focal point in your game plan, Coach. You only hauled her to 9 points tonight. What's that going to say? I mean, I thought Radakovich and Agnall, had a tremendous game. I mean, especially going against her, both offensively and defensively. Just talk about their performances against, one of the best players in 3A.
Yeah, that was really the point of emphasis, was her and Hickey, and hers takes a little bit more just because she's such a presence around the rim. I think she got a couple of quick buckets to start the game, but yeah, after that, girls did a great job executing. Our backside help is a big key, along with Soph and Evelyn just have to battle it out with her, and she's strong and has great footwork inside. But we worked on the guards coming in and kind of chipping in on that and helping out, and they did a pretty good job. That's the first time in a while that we faced a player like that.
You had Grace Hayes in the third quarter, picks up her fourth foul. I know this is something you guys have talked about and worked on before. Talk about how your team responded, because, sometimes when Hayes gets hot, she's kind of the person to go to.
Right.
But now everybody kind of has to adjust with her being off the court for quite some time. What is that? Just talk about that part just a little
bit. Yeah, the girls
bit.
did a good job. Kind of our secondary offense that we go to. We do it sometimes with Grace out there, but kind of a little more slower paced type stuff. And, I thought the girls came out. Sid came out, hit a couple threes off screens, and got some good open looks. And then we kind of got into where Ellie Talich would just, we had a big mismatch on her just because Hickey was taking away Grace so much. Whoever's had to guard Ellie she was just backing people in and kind of using her size and strength. And, fortunately we worked on that a little bit, and she felt confident coming in. But yeah, Ellie is huge.
Yeah, every game is always a good one, but in a game like this where the last couple of games they got pretty out of hand early on, and this one was a full four-quarter game. And then just how much was that maybe needed, or how important was it to have kind of that experience?
That's huge. It's absolutely huge. We need that because, it's a lot for us to go back and reflect on. But tough road match. Tight game all the way through. We just haven't had that in a long time. So yeah, you're absolutely right. That's going to be a big one for us moving forward.
Well, Coach, I'll let you get back to it with your team, and we'll talk about Wyman tomorrow. But I appreciate your time, Coach.
Appreciate it.
It's head coach Chris Wagner. The Cody Broncs have the lead, and Mountain View had the first opportunity in the third quarter, and they come up empty in their first possession. Hine has it, was looking to get it off to Spomer, as Spomer ripped it out, get the score, but they're going to rule a jump ball. Cody is going to get the arrow, and I had to ask Coach that question because, again, the last couple of games, they got out of hand. Early on in some cases. Cody had a 24-2 first quarter scoring against Lander. The Worland game, there was a chance they held Worland scoreless in one of the quarters as well. Out of bounds, it's going to be last touch by Mountain View. Cody gets it, but I thought that question was important just because, again, I asked Coach in the pregame as well, like, can those games maybe kind of get to you when you're doing so good and maybe just kind of lose track a little bit? And he said this team doesn't do it. I think that definitely showed today as Hine gets the pass off the ball for two. It's good. And Cody will get the first points of the second half. They lead 35-17. It's an 18-point advantage. Here's a drive-in by Carr. Can't get that one to go. Mountain View just can't buy a bucket. It feels like in some of these games they go on streaks without making a bucket in this one. Ball is threes, left short, fight for the rebound. It's Madison who comes up with it. But again, some of those times, those games are important. They're not going to take on an easy opponent tomorrow. Let's just say that. Lyman, I know, is 11-4 on the season. They're 0-4 in conference play, but You know, when you have a coach who has taken a team to 12 consecutive state tournament appearances, that's going to tell you a lot about a team as well. And I mean, they're still pretty darn good. Let's just say that. And they will be taking on Lyman tomorrow at roughly around 12:30 is the projected start time for that one. Mountain View basketball as we'll resume action here from the Dome for the boys game on the campus of Mountain View High School. Walker has it, spins in the paint, tries a pump fake a couple of times, can't get nobody to jump. Here's a handoff to Madsen, left side. McCartan pokes that out. We'll stay with Mountain View. And again, I want to appreciate Coach for his time, Coach Wagner, for his time to be on the broadcast and reflect on the game just a little bit with the initial thoughts, at least, in this one. 6:24 left. Walker fired three. It's going to be left short as McCartan got in the way of that one. Here's a give to Hine. Hine quickly over into the front court. Hine, pump fake, shot, good. And that will be Parker Hine's first points of the ball game. Cody is now up by 20. 37-17, 6 minutes exact to go in the third quarter. Walker matched up there by McCartan as Cody runs man-to-man, almost losing it was Walker. Crowning it, though, was Royce. Royce shot, no good. Cody on a 4-0 run to start quick 4-0 run to start the second half. McCartan will make it 6. And that is just his second score of the ball game. And Coach Dustin Reese is going to stop the momentum while Cody has it. Timeout Mountain View, they're down to 2. Let's see if it's a 4 or 30. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. Big thanks to Allstate agent Cale Mitchell. Allstate, you are in good hands. Park County Glass, Breadboard Sub Shop, located on the top of Grable Hill in Cody. Also, a big thanks to YDOT. Make sure we got to get them in the broadcast. Seatbelts save lives. Buckle up every trip, every time you get in your vehicle. So Mountain View takes the timeout. They're down to 2. Cody disperses from their bench. It's going to be a starting 5 out there with 5:34 left to play. McCartan getting the score. Making it a 22-point advantage. Mountain View going left to right. Cody right to left. As Cody is going to see the other Bridger Valley team tomorrow in Lyman. Bronx will play at 2 o'clock after the girls' game. There's a give inside now for Carr. Carr matched up against Ball, and Mountain View will get a score courtesy of Ray's Carr. Still a 20-point game for Cody as Hazel will bring it over the big court stripe. Hazel makes his way to the right. Pass off down to McCartan. Slips on the ground. Keeps this dribble up. Hand off now to Hazel. Hazel can't keep his dribble, but still gets it. Hazel looks for the pass over the Ball, and Cody will turn it over for just the 6th time, and then Mountain View turned it over, but they get it back. Here's a drive in by Kaiser for 2. It's good. I told you guys Mountain View will try to stay in it as long as they can. They don't give up in games. They'll play until the final whistle and buzzer has been blown. Here's Hine, left corner. Ball will give him the screen. Hine will drive it to the paint. Hine's shot is blocked by Kaiser. And Hazel pokes it away. Hazel, Euro step to the left side. Can't get that layup to go. And we'll get a whistle and a foul on Cody. Parker Hine picks up his 3rd personal. And Mountain View will get it back. 39-21, Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows. Carr, through Glondro inside for Walker. Get the 2. And both teams have scored 6 apiece in the third quarter. Hazel over to McCartan. There's a couple pump fakes. Now he'll drive in, stop, spin, looks to give. Nice pass off to Spomer on the left side. It's good. Take the points while you can as Mountain View is quickly over to the front court. Joel looks for Madsen. Madsen will get the score. And again, Madsen is the leading scorer for the 2A West. The top 2 scorers in the 3A West are actually on this court right now. And 3 of the top 10 are on the court. That's Maddox ball, Grady McCartan. The top scorer is Dash Madsen, averaging 17. McCartan corrals the basketball. He's able to get the score. We'll get a timeout by Cody. Full timeout. We'll take a quick 30. Or no, it's a 30-second timeout. I apologize, so we'll keep it here. Again, we'll take a quick look at those standings real quick here of how all the teams enter today's contest. Lovell was supposed to take on Pinedale. Those 2 teams will now meet on the 11th in Lander. Orland and Lander actually battling it out right now. Lander is up by 1, 18-17 at the halftime intermission. We do have a score update in the boys 3A side from the East. Burns defeated Newcastle 56-50. And right now, Palin Lyman does not have a makeup date as of right now. And I apologize, we'll pull those standings back up. But those are how the teams look like and standings look like entering today's contest. All rankings and standings courtesy of WyoPreps.com. The rankings of WyoPreps.com coaches and media basketball poll. Walker passes it off to Madsen. Max ball, though, gets in the way of that one. And McCartan comes up with it, spins in the paint, fires a shot, and doesn't go in. What an attempt there by McCartan. But McCartan will go to the line and shoot a pair of free throws. He has 6 on the day. Looking for points 7 and 8. Right now, Cody has outscored Mountain View 10-8. McCartan's first free throw. He's off the mark. We'll get one more. Colt Madsen checking in for Casey Walker. And we'll get one more free throw. 2:45 left to play as you hear Coach Dustin Reese on our crowd mic. Again, like our view is you kind of get to see how or hear how everything looks as McCarty gets the second free throw, how it sounds and looks up close. You can kind of hear both sides. The benches for Mountain View and Cody. We're near the Mountain View bench to be exact. Trevor Spomer going to get set to check in on the next whistle. Bauer and Pryor checked in a while ago after the timeout from Cody. Kaiser to Madsen. Madsen's going to make his way to the left side. Look to hand it off to Dash Madsen. Going to get the handoff. Got to get a pass off those. Colangelo for the floater. No good. And a fight for the basketball. Hazel falls to the floor and out of bounds. Last touch by Cody. Will be Mountain View basketball. Spower is checking in for Hazel. Mountain View is going to make a substitution as well. Colby Royce going to check in. Make sure we get our score correct here. 44-25, Pinnacle Bay scoreboard. 2:07 left to play third quarter. There's a drive in there from Kaiser. Lay it up and in for 2, and he's got 4 in the half so far. Mountain View's had 4 scores in the second half, as well as Cody. Carton, long mid-range jumper. Spomer was trying to throw it off of a Buffalo. That's not the case, and Spomer almost comes up for the steal. Cody has done a really good job shooting today. Unofficially, I have him at 63%, 19 of 30. Here's Royce. We'll give it off now to Carr at the top. Makes his way to the left side with a handoff to Colangelo. McCartan almost coming up with a steal. Here's a shot from Madsen. That one's no go. And McCartan with the rebound. McCartan, football pass it off to Bauer. There's a give down to Ball. Ball, spin, shot for 2, it's good. 46-27, under a minute to play in the third quarter. There's a give now to Wrights as Joshua Sowers will come in on the next whistle. Here's a pass intended there for a couple of Buffaloes as Kaiser and Carr were both looking to go for it, and Cody had a chance to get the basketball back, but instead, basketball comes up for the Buffaloes. Jackson Hazel will check in for McCartan with 42 seconds left to play. Hazel giving directions that he got from Coach McCartan. Mountain View has it with under 40 left to play. 30 seconds. Madsen, he's gonna fire three. Whoa, it's actually a lob. Lobbed it for Colangelo, and I didn't even see that coming. It looked like it was a three-point shot. But now that I saw it, the lob made more sense. There's a drive from Hazel, and Hazel will fall to the floor. He fouled, and Hazel will make it to the line. They're going to say no. They're going to say it's not on the shot. As Walker picks up his third personal. I'm surprised that was not on the shot. I think that surprised a lot of people. Sowers will put up a layup attempt and can't get that one to go. As Kaiser will try to go for the layup. He couldn't get that one to go either. Pryor will pick up the pace, almost loses it. He'll swing it over to Hazel with 1 second on the clock. Hazel at the buzzer, can't get it to go. And that's how the third quarter ends. We go to the final 8 minutes here in 30 seconds. Cody leading this one on your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, 46-29. We're back in 30 seconds on 103.3 The Range.
With over 40 years of combined experience, Park County Glass can handle all of your auto and residential glass needs. Serving the Bighorn Basin since 1982 with quality you can depend on and service from the heart. Stop in or call your auto glass specialist at 307-587-9303. That's Park County Glass at 307-587-9303.
The fourth quarter is here. The final 8 minutes start now.
Getting you set for the final 8 minutes here from the Dome at Mountain View High School. Cody leading this one on your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, 46-29. It will be Mountain View basketball to start the fourth quarter. They'll go left to right, Cody right to left. Wyatt Bridge with you. McKenna back in the studio, keeping this game on the airwaves. As Cody is 8 minutes away to going to, I believe, 4-1 in conference play with another game tomorrow. A couple of games have been postponed. Pinedale and Lovell were scheduled to play. That was not the case today. Pinedale actually has a couple of games they have to make up. As there's a three from Walker, it's good. And I'm going to tell you right now, you got a whistle. And it's Walker who gets called for a technical. And that will be his fourth personal foul. So we got some free throws coming up. McCartan is going to shoot the technical free throws. I was wondering why there was a whistle. I was trying to make the point that Mountain View is still in this game when you thought this game was maybe starting to get out of hand for Cody to pull away. And they do make the first is McCartan. One more free throw. This will be off the mark. It'll extend the lead to 16, and Coach Dustin Reese was getting an explanation. Walker is going to check out. Again, he has 4 fouls. Right now, Mountain View is still in this. They were down as much as 22. And Cody gets the basketball back after the free throws. Hazel passes over the midcourt logo as they'll swing it over to Spomer on the left side. Back to Hazel up the top, down to McCartan. Zone showing for the Bronx. Back to Hazel. Hazel goes inside for ball as he spins to the right side and lays it in. Ball with 21. Back up to 17-point lead for Cody. That shot left short. It's almost saved. It's going to be taken away by Cody as Hazel looks for McCartan for the 2. It's good. Grady McCartan now with 10 points, and all 3 of those top scores for Cody, each with double digits tonight. 51-32. Cody trying to go back up by 20. Parker Hine will get set to check in just a moment. As soon as I say how big the lead is, Colt Madsen will basically say, I'll cut that down to 3. I'll cut it down 3. To now 51-35. McCartan, right side, will go baseline. Pass it off to Sowers, who loses it. Now View's got a 2-on-2 as that layup is good from Roy. It's no call by either a blocking or a charge call. Mountain View has it down to 14, 51-37. McCartan, 3, looking for his first. They'll still stay that way. So he misses that 3. It is now Royce. He'll give it off now to Kaiser, left corner. Smaller matched up with him defensively. Colangelo with the 2. That's off the mark. Back to Cody. Hazel, cherry stripe to Sowers. Puts up a shot, no good. Ball trying to tap it in. He'll get another chance, and he'll be fouled. Foul will go against Kaiser. Be his first personal, team second of the quarter. Hine's going to check in for Spomer. Hazel will trigger it in for the Bronx. 5:38 left to play. Hazel looks inbound. Hine gets it up top. There's a swing over to McCartan now. Inside for Hazel. He'll fire a mid-range jumper as it was too much. Sowers will clean it up though and put it in. Walker going to get ready to check in with 4 personal fouls. So similar situation in the girls' game, except it was Cody who had Hayes with 4 personal fouls. Madsen, he'll fire 3. That one looked on line. It's off the mark, though, as was left a little bit short. Cody pushing the pace again. Hine, pass inside to Sowers. Sowers pass it off now to Hazel. Swing over to Hine. Hine back inside for Sowers for 2. It's good. And Sowers has got quite a bit of minutes tonight, and he's making them count. Cody has a chance to go back up by 20 with Sowers trying to rip it for a jump ball, but that's not going to be the case as he picks up his second personal foul. Cody with 14 personal fouls called against him. Combined. A total of 23 fouls have been called. Well, the officials is talking with Walker, I think, just kind of clarifying some things. Is the first one from Colangelo is good. 4:45 left to play. Again, Walker checks back in for the Buffaloes with 4 personal fouls. It's a perfect trip for Colangelo. 55-39. Hazel will make his way over the midcourt stripe. He'll give it off to Hine. Left side, outside, up top to Hazel. Now to McCartan. Passes to Sowers. Now to Ball on the right side. It's good. Max Ball with 23. That's it. Quickly over to Walker. And a stoppage of play. Looking for something to clean up. Not sure exactly what it is. Something on the floor is what's causing the stoppage of play. So Cody Bench is going to huddle up and get something figured out real quick here. While we do that, let's thank some of our sponsors who make this broadcast possible. Include State Farm agent Jen Talbot, your player of the game sponsor. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Evelyn Ogdenall picked up the player of the game in the first game of the night. We'll get one here. Everybody's making it tough for me in this one. 4:21 is, now they'll get the situation figured out. And they did in a student section, making sure the applause for the gentleman who cleaned that up was known. So again, officials stopped it, but it is Mountain View basketball. After, again, the official stoppage. Inbound will go to Madsen. Madsen makes his way to the right side. Colangelo goes inside, was intended for a car. Ball comes up with the basketball and a turnover. Quickly over is Sowers for two. It's good. Sowers has 7. Back to Madsen. Bronx up by 20 now. 59-39. Madsen for 3. That one won't go either. His car comes up with the steal and gets the buckets. Cody with 6 turnovers in the ball game. Right now it hasn't cost them as they're up by 18. Right now Mountain View just can't get a shot to go at points in time. Ball will feed it inside to Sowers. He'll kick it back up top to Ball. Ball on the right side, spins, he's looking for Sowers, and they pick it up. The foul is Dash Madsen. Right now, Cody has outscored Mountain View 13-12 in the fourth quarter. We got 3:24 left to play. Sowers will check out. He has himself a pretty good game with 7 points. 3:24 as Fulmer gets an easy shot to go, as nobody from Mountain View paid attention. And it cost them 2 points. And the Bronx will take that. 3:10 left to play. McCartan almost comes up with it, then does. As McCartan right side, he'll lay it up and get it to go. And McCartan now with 12. Colangelo, right side. Here's the give down to Madsen. So Madsen will pass it off to Carr. Now here's the handoff to Colangelo. He'll drive into the right side in the paint, lay it up and in. Timeout taken by Mountain View. They're going to be down to 1. Timeout. We'll take a 30. With 2:41 left to play, Cody leads this one 63-43. We'll be back in 30 seconds on 103.3 The Range.
Hey guys, this is Zach Haskell with Haskell Furniture and Flooring. We are a proud supporter of the Cody Bronx and Phillies this season. If you want selection, we have the best selection for you with the best prices. From mattresses to flooring or recliners to fireplaces, we have everything you need in stock. No need to drive out of town when we have everything here locally for your next selection. Stop in at Haskell's Furniture and Flooring in Cody, Lovell, Worland, and Riverton, where we have the best prices and better service.
You're tuned into Cody High School basketball live on 103.3 The Range.
Back here on 103.3 The Range, a Hard Mountain Broadcasting Station. 8:30 now here in the Dome at Mountain View High School. Cody leading this one on your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, 63-43. Mountain View is now down to their last timeout, is what I have them for. If I'm wrong, I'll make sure that's fixed. Cody, though, just with 4, they have only used one of their 5 timeouts. Hazel will give it off to McCartan. Now back to Hazel as Cody can maybe start looking at working some clock. We'll get a foul on Mountain View, and that was their last foul to give. Picking up his 4th is Jay Kaiser. McCartan will trigger it in from the sideline. He will give it off to Pryor. Pryor will feed it inside the Ball. Long pass in there in the paint. Pryor gets it back. And Cody's definitely working on some clock because Pryor had a 3 as he has a quick release. McCartan, though, will drive in. Left side layup and good. Grady McCartan with 14. Cody is up now by 22. We got a foul on Cody. That was just their second personal. Their second team foul. And the Bronx with 2 minutes left to go will clear the benches. And Cody will head to 4th win in a row in their conference. 4-1 in the standings in 3A West play with a date with the Eagles of Lyman tomorrow in the nest. Here's a pass from Kaiser, or a shot from Kaiser. That's off the mark. Sowers comes up with it. There's McCartan now. Back with the basketball. He'll swing it over to Trent Bauer. Bauer feeds it inside to Hatch. Hatch is going to back up on Walker. He'll put up a shot. Can't get down one to go. The Bronx have put 19 points in this fourth quarter. Their most high-scoring output was 20 in the second. And Mountain View is going to claim their benches, as well as Griff McCartan will lay it up and get it to go. Griff McCartan with his first points of the night as he comes in and scores as soon as he comes in. There's a drive in for Walker. We'll get a timeout. Getting a question from Coach Reese. He'll take a full, so we'll take a quick 30 as well. So with 1:13 left to play, Mountain View clears their benches. A timeout taken by the Buffaloes. Will step aside for a 30-second timeout right here on 103.3 The Range.
Life slows you down. Canyon Therapy in Cody helps you get back on your feet. Whether you're recovering from an injury, managing pain, or working to regain strength and mobility, Canyon Therapy offers expert physical and occupational therapy service tailored to you. Our experienced team works with you one-on-one to create a personalized treatment plan, helping you to move better and live more comfortably. We treat people, not just conditions, in a caring and supportive environment. Canyon Therapy is a proud supporter of the Cody Bronx and Cody Phillies. Get back to the life you love with Canyon Therapy. Visit CanyonTherapy.com or call today to schedule your next appointment.
.113 left on the clock as the Cody Bronx heading to an 11-4 record. Right now leading 67-43 over the Buffaloes of Mountain View, as Mountain View took their last timeout. Inbound now will go for the Mountain View Buffaloes. We'll get a whistle. Is picking up a foul is, let's see who picked up the foul. Somebody new for Mountain View, so let's see if we can get you that number. We apologize for not having that on our roster. Number 32, Lindsey Tates, is the one who gets it. Sowers picks up a bucket, and he's got 9 in the contest, and Cody's just adding on to, it's been already an impressive game as we're under a minute left to play. And Mountain View almost turns it over. They'll keep the basketball alive. There's a pass inside for Tatus, who I mentioned just a moment ago, gets 2. And Cody still going to have the 69-45 advantage. Bauer will fire a mid-range jumper. That one's left short as Hatch was trying to tip it back to one of his teammates. He couldn't get it to go, and here's a layup attempt. It's left short. It's Wade Bauer with the rebound. So the brothers playing with each other at the moment. Trent Bauer, 3. He's going to take a couple of bounces and not go in. And with 10 seconds left to go, I think Mountain View is saying, let's try to get one more score out of bounds. It will stay with the Buffaloes. I believe the Buffaloes will try to just get one more shot up before the buzzer sounds. Inbound will go to Royts over the midcourt stripe. Royts with 2 seconds, 1 second, looking to pass it off. They don't get a shot off in time, and that's how this one is going to end. The Cody Bronx move to 4-1 in conference play. They are now 11-4 on the season. Your final on your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard: Cody 69, Mountain View 45. We're back in 3 minutes for your Breadboard Sub Shop post-game show presented by Breadboard Sub Shop located in Cody. We're back in 3 minutes.
Woodward Tractor is your one-stop dealer for all your Takahouchi equipment and service needs. Takahouchi is known the world over for its purpose-built design philosophy, innovative technology, and dependable service after the sale. And now at Woodward Tractor, get 0% financing on all Takahouchi machines, excavators, track loaders, and wheel loaders. Special financing options are also available on Takahouchi brand attachments. See Woodward Tractor on Blackburn in Cody.
Allstate agent Cale Mitchell is a proud supporter of Cody High School sports. At Allstate, you can bundle your home and auto for the lowest premium rates. Cale Mitchell is your local agent and provides great professional customer service to ensure that you got the best affordable coverage needs. Call Allstate agent Cale Mitchell at 307-527-6447. That's 307-527-6447. Allstate, you're in good hands.
Distracted driving is dangerous, but some people just can't seem to help themselves. There's the steering wheel propper, the sneaker peeker, the fast scroller, the night lighter. And it's not long until they become the fender benderer, the got a ticketer, the veering off the road, the driver who kills someone. Enough with the phones already. Just put them down.
Coach Wagner and the Phillies and Coach McCartan and the Bronx have been really fun to watch this year.
Yes, the Bronx and Phillies, they really have it all together.
They sure do. Speaking of having it all together, insuring your home, cars, and life insurance together with my State Farm agency is the best way to bundle and save. We can customize your coverage and make insurance seem easy. Good luck, Bronx and Phillies. Check with Jen Talich's State Farm agency to get your insurance all together. Thanks for the opportunity to earn your business. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
With over 40 years of combined experience, Park County Glass can handle all of your auto and residential glass needs. Serving the Bighorn Basin since 1982 with quality you can depend on and service from the heart. Stop in or call your auto glass specialist at 307-587-9303. That's Park County Glass at 307-587-9303.
Hey guys, this is Zach Haskell with Haskell Furniture and Flooring. We are a proud supporter of the Cody Bronx and Phillies this season. If you want selection, we have the best selection for you with the best prices. From mattresses to flooring or recliners to fireplaces, we have everything you need in stock. No need to drive out of town when we have everything here locally for your next selection. Stop in at Haskell's Furniture and Flooring.
Time now for our Breadboard Sub Shop postgame show on 103.3 The Range and online at myheartmountainradio.com.
Head coach Jay McCartan of the Cody Bronx here, and I do have to apologize. I kind of didn't mean to make him feel rushed here, so again, apologies, coach. But first off, pretty good win for you guys. It felt like, I mean, even when you guys were up at 22 at one point, I mean, it was like I said, they were kind of like whirled a little bit. They just wanted to keep playing and play to the final buzzer.
100%. They're well coached, and they're not going to give up or quit. And that was evident tonight. I thought we had opportunities to push our lead out, extend our lead a little bit, and you know, we just didn't do it because, you know, you got to give them credit. They keep fighting, and that's what they do. So kudos to them. They made a couple of good shots, had a couple of good plays. I thought we didn't defend about four plays in a row that I was frustrated with. But other than that, I thought it was a pretty good defensive effort. I thought Jackson did a whale of a job on their kid, on their scorer. So kudos to him.
You mentioned he was maybe one of the guys to think about, and you guys only held him to 3 points tonight. So, and Dash Masson, again, he was the leading scorer for 3A West. But, I mean, Coach, there was stretches in the game. You were talking about the defense a little bit, but you guys didn't allow him to score a point until, 2:20 left in the second quarter of the second quarter.
In that second, I thought we guarded really, really well, and then there was it was about I want to say minute and a half, maybe minute 50 left in that second quarter, and I actually called a timeout because we were quick shooting, we weren't running anything, and I told them, hey, here's what I need to have happen, and we went out and quick shot again, and they hit a three, and then we fouled them. They got five easy points. That and that's why I talked to them about halftime. That's the difference between good and great is making sure we're executing what we need to execute when it matters, and we didn't do that for that moment. But I mean, overall, I was very pleased with our kids' effort. They battled, they played so hard. I thought some of our rotations defensively were really good, and there was other ones that weren't so good. So, you get things like that on film, and you can kind of help coach them, help see what we see, and hopefully they start to see it. So, moving down the stretch, we're doing what we need to do to be successful.
Yeah, Coach. I unofficially had you guys for not a made three today. I don't even think you guys made a three.
Oh, we didn't. I
in the contest, and that's what I have, but I could be wrong. But I mean, even you guys were even trying to make threes as well. But the fact you guys did have a height advantage.
100%, yes.
With Maddox Ball tonight and Joshua Sowers, I thought that was definitely taken advantage of for you guys in the contest.
Yeah, we did have definite size advantage, and that's one thing we talked about is getting the ball into Maddox. I thought he had a really good game. He ended up with 23, so that's not a bad night for the young man. So pretty good job. I thought Jackson, I think he ended up with, 12, and Grady had 14. So, I mean, that's the big three that we talk about, scoring points, and then you throw in every once in a while you're going to get something, you get good minutes and good points out of Parker or Josh, and Josh had 9 tonight, so he had a good game. So overall, very pleased with our bench. They did a good job. It was a good win, good team victory.
Yeah, you were mentioning team victory. I was going to actually talk to you about the bench as well. I mean, sometimes, again, it's not what happens in the scorer's book or points, but sometimes it's, again, like we kind of been talking about all year long, it's what's happening not in the scorer's book and maybe in some other factors as well. I thought the bench, really was pretty impressive tonight.
Yeah, you got kids coming in off the bench. They play so hard, and they do a lot of little things, intangible things that don't show up in the scorebook or in the stat sheet, but play defense. They move their feet. They do a good job of blocking out so their guy doesn't get to rebound. So, and then you got guys like Jackson and Maddox who clean up the board. So, again, it was a great team victory. I'm proud of our guys, and got to get some rest and try it again tomorrow.
I was going to say, I know from a broken down bus to
long day,
being able to get over South Pass, which again, glad that you guys were safe, because at the moment I was wondering if these games were going to be canceled after what transpired today as far as the other games went. But Coach, I'll let you guys get on the road. I know you guys are going to a trip for a little bit, but any last thoughts before we wrap up tonight?
No, again, it's a great team effort. Proud of our guys, and I think they're continuing to take steps forward, moving towards where we want to be by the end of the season. So thank you again, Wyatt, for covering Bronx basketball. So it's awesome. Thank you.
Perfect. Head coach Jay McCart. We're going to take another 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll recap this contest again. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows you Bronx taking this one tonight, 69-45. We're back in 2 minutes on 103.3 The Range.
In Cody, Lovell, Worland, and Riverton, where we have the best prices and better service.
When life slows you down, Canyon Therapy in Cody helps you get back on your feet. Whether you're recovering from an injury, managing pain, or working to regain strength and mobility, Canyon Therapy offers expert physical and occupational therapy service tailored to you. Our experienced team works with you one-on-one to create a personalized treatment plan, helping you to move better and live more comfortably. We treat people, not just conditions, in a caring and supportive environment. Canyon Therapy is a proud supporter of the Cody Bronx and Cody Phillies. Get back to the life you love with Canyon Therapy. Visit CanyonTherapy.com or call today to schedule your next appointment.
Woodward Tractor is your one-stop dealer for all your Takahouchi equipment and service needs. Takahouchi is known the world over for its purpose-built design philosophy, innovative technology, and dependable service after the sale. And now at Woodward Tractor, get 0% financing on all Takahouchi machines, excavators, track loaders, and wheel loaders. Special financing options are also available on Takahouchi brand attachments. See Woodward Tractor on Blackburn in Cody.
Allstate agent Cale Mitchell is a proud supporter of Cody High School sports. At Allstate, you can bundle your home and auto for the lowest premium rates. Cale Mitchell is your local agent and provides great professional customer service to ensure that you got the best affordable coverage needs. Call Allstate agent Cale Mitchell at 307-527-6447. That's 307-527-6447. Allstate, you're in good hands.
Distracted driving is dangerous, but some people just can't seem to help themselves. There's the steering wheel propper, the sneaker peeker, the fast roller, the nightlighter. And it's not long until they become the fender benderer, the got a ticketer, the veering off the road, the driver who kills someone. Enough with the phones already. Just put them down.
We continue our Breadboard Sub Shop postgame show. Now back to the court with the voice of Cody Sports, Wyatt Barichka.
Final in this one, it is the Cody Bronx taking this one 69 to 45 on your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard as the Cody Bronx go to 4-1 in conference play. And again, we'll just show you what those look like here in just a moment. Again, this is your Breadboard Sub Shop post-game show brought to you by Breadboard Sub Shop located on the top of Grable Hill in Cody. So Cody has had an impressive winning streak going into this one. And again, they are now going to go to 11-4, 4-1 in conference play. Mountain View will drop to 6-10 on the season, 1-4 in their conference play. The scoring outputs in the game in this one, quarter by quarter, the Bronx would score 13, surrendering 8 to the Buffaloes. Second quarter is where the Bronx really started pulling away. They would score 20 and hold Mountain View to just 9. Third quarter, Cody would outscore Mountain View just by 1, 13-12. In the fourth quarter, the Bronx would have a 7-point advantage in the fourth, 23-16. 2 lead changes, 2 ties, and that all happened in the first quarter. Once Cody took the lead, they never relinquished it. Unofficially, I had the Bronx at 31 of 51 from the field, 0 of 5 from three-point land, 7 of 13 from the charity stripe. For the Buffaloes of Mountain View, 16 of 41 unofficially from the field in the contest. They were 3 of 15 from three-point land and 10 of 13 from the charity stripe. Those are your team stats. Unofficially, I had Cody for 7 turnovers, Mountain View with just 5. We'll take another 60-second timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the individual statistics in this one. As the Cody Bronx, again, taking the victory, 69-45. We're back after this 60-second timeout on 103.3 The Range.
Coach Wagner and the Phillies and Coach McCartan and the Bronx have been really fun to watch this year.
Yes, the Bronx and Phillies, they really have it all together.
They sure do. Speaking of having it all together, insuring your home, cars, and life insurance together with my State Farm agency is the best way to bundle and save. We can customize your coverage and make insurance seem easy. Good luck, Bronx and Phillies. Check with Jen Talich's State Farm agency to get your insurance all together. Thanks for the opportunity to earn your business. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
With over 40 years of combined experience, Park County Glass can handle all of your auto and residential glass needs. Serving the Bighorn Basin since 1982 with quality you can depend on and service from the heart. Stop in or call your auto glass specialist at 307-587-9303. That's Park County Glass at 307-587-9303.
Stream today's game, past games, and listen to future Cody Athletics on the radio and catch live video coverage at myheartmountainradio.com.
We continue your Breadboard Sub Shop post-game show brought to you by Breadboard Sub Shop located on the top of Grable Hill in Cody, celebrating 30 years of business. Taking a look at the individual numbers in this one, we'll start with the Buffaloes of Mountain View. They were led by one player with double-digit figures in Ashton Colangelo with 12 points in the contest. Keegan Pitts would finish with 2, Tate with 2. Dash Madsen, the leading scorer of the 3A West, who averages 17 points, only finished with 3 on the night. Colby Royce with 2, Kay Kaiser with 6, Casey Walker would finish with 9, Race Carr with 5, Colton Madsen with 6 points in the contest. For the Bronx, 3 in double-digit figures, led by Maddox Ball with 23 points. Jackson Hazel finished with 13. Grady McCarty with 14 points in the contest. Other scorers featured Trevor Sponer with 6, Parker Hine with 2, Griff McCarty would finish with 9, and Joshua Sowers finishes with 9 points in the contest. That is your look at your individual statistics, and we'll take a quick look at some scores around the state of Wyoming here, and I want to make sure that we get the 3A updated scores, and actually I'm going to give you an update right now as I've been watching it, as the broadcast has been on today. Lander and Whirlwind are in a tight one in the fourth quarter. Lander right now with a 7-point advantage, leading 51-44. That's your update for the 3A West. Other games that took place or have been moved featured Lovell and Pinedale. So Pinedale is going to have to make up 2 games against Lander in Lovell. That game was postponed to February 11th. It will take place in Lander at 3:30. Bell versus Lyman was postponed. The makeup date is to be determined. All scores are courtesy of WyoPreps. Other games that were taking place this evening: Douglas was at Rollins, Whirlwind was at Lander. I gave you that update just a moment ago. Wheatland was at Buffalo for their contest. Taking a look at some other Bighorn Basin scores. I do not have any updates for those. I can tell you, though, that Thermopolis was at Big Piney today, and that was the other team in the Bighorn Basin in action. We do have an obligation, that is to select our player of the game. It's brought to you by State Farm agent Jen Talich. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Now I got to make this was a little bit challenging for me today, as you know, some of these players I've given it to have at least received it once, maybe twice, and I normally try to spread it out and make sure that everybody is getting an opportunity to have the player of the game. But I think one player in particular was a standout in this one, and I got to give it. Oh man, there's a few that I can pick in this one. I'm making sure that everybody has at least again had a chance in this one. I believe we're gonna give it off to. Oh, Maddox Ball had himself a pretty good game. I'm going to give Maddox Ball with it. I know he went down early in the first half. He came back, but he had an advantage, and he took advantage of it tonight with his size. He would finish with 23 points in the contest. So your State Farm player agent, or State Farm agent, player of the game, Jen Talich, players of the game feature Maddox Ball and Evelyn Agada for the Phillies. So congratulations to them for their selection of the player of the game. So what is next for Cody tomorrow? Well, they're going to basically travel 5 minutes to their next opponent. They'll be taking on the Eagles of Lyman. And as of right now, that is a 2 o'clock tip-off for the boys, a 12:30 tip-off for the girls. Other games right now feature Powell at Mountain View. That has not been changed yet. We'll see if that has as well. Actually, I've been told that maybe it has been canceled, but no official word as of yet. Whirlwind is scheduled to play at Pinedale, but Pinedale had their conference game against Lovell canceled or postponed to next week. Lovell will take on Lander in a top 5 matchup, according to the WyoPrep Coaches and Media basketball poll. Lovell is at Lander. Buffalo at Torrington for 3A East action, as well as Douglas at Newcastle. Again, Cody and Lyman, 12:30 and 2 o'clock are the tip-off times. We'll have that coverage right here on 103.3 FM and online at myheartmountainradio.com. We'll have pregame starting roughly at around 12:10. For everyone at Heart Mountain Broadcasting, I'm Wyatt Barichka. This has been a presentation of Cody High School basketball. So we're going to send you back to the music. Again, we're back on the air tomorrow, roughly at around 12:10 for the Cody Bronx and Cody Phillies against the Lyman Lady Eagles and Eagles from the Nest. Again, this has been a presentation of Cody High School basketball, 103.3 The Range, a Heart Mountain Broadcasting station. We're going to send you back to the music.
The preceding has been a presentation of Cody High School Athletics and 103.3 The Range, a Heart Mountain Broadcasting station. Now back to Wyoming's genuine country.